Talking the block, and more throughout the day on your favorite station, Q95. And tonight, the Global View on Q with the usual suspects. Mr. Sheridan Gregoire is here to give us an insight as to what is taking place tonight on the Global View on Q. Mr. Sheridan Gregoire, good morning to you, sir.
Good morning, Matt. How are you doing?
I'm here, as I said, taking it one day at a time.
Good.
What's
Very
hot?
good.
What's hot tonight?
Well, tonight it's our 38th Global View on Q show for 2025, and we continue to engage with our local, regional, and global Q family listeners and friends of Dominica at home and abroad. My co-host, as usual, is Justice Dr. Irving Andre, and our guest tonight, former Ambassador Christine Gregoire and attorney Gabriel Christian. Tonight, we discuss the recent African Union Caribbean Community Summit, and we will focus on Dominica's long-standing call for a closer partnership with the African continent, from Edward Oliver Libla to Rudy Douglas to Gabriel Christian to Irving Andre to Ron Green, Crispin Gregoire, and to Ras Kabinda, formerly known as Desmond Trotter, and other past Dominican leaders in the Black Power movement. So I will have some suggestions about some areas to be explored. The African Caribbean Community Summit, is it lip service or is it a laudable goal? What about cooperation in Western Sahara versus a Moroccan hotel built in a swamp and questionable fertilizer, while the young people in Morocco protest against the regime in office? Can we have real economic and trade initiatives and build on progress in economic cooperation from initiatives like the Afrexim Bank office in Barbados and the Afro-Caribbean Trade and Investment Forum? So can Dominica attract sustainable investment from the African continent? What about opportunities for investments in agro-industry such as cassava processing and trade? What about the Dominica music industry exports like Kadas and Bouillon, Calypso, etc. to the African continent? What about cooperation in healthcare with Nigerian doctors instead of working with people like Maduke? Can we explore ethnicity connections with Africa like Nigeria, Algeria, Dominica, which can prompt tourism from Nigeria and Algeria, for example, considering a Dominican international airport is on the horizon? And what about attracting African investments in Dominica with industry for exports? And how about partnering with the African continent to demand reparations from former colonial powers for the lasting negative impacts of the slave trade and colonialism? And as I always say, Matt, thinking forward towards 2028 or to Dominica's 50th anniversary of independence, what are the people's decisions for their well-being? Are they satisfied with their current conditions and lack of economic and social progress? So we look forward to the suggestion of our panel, or listeners, callers, and viewers on Facebook and on YouTube on the recent African Union Caribbean Community Summit, with a focus on Dominica's long-standing call for a closer partnership with the African continent, from Edward Libla to Rosie Douglas to Gabriel Christian to Irving Andre to Ron Green to Crispin Gregoire and to Ras Kabinda, formerly known as Desmond Trotter, and other past Dominican leaders in Black Power movement, and what needs to be done to move beyond these 25 years of economic stagnation and oppression. So Justice Dr. Irving Andre, the former Ambassador Christian Gregoire, and attorney Gabriel Christian will all share their ideas on the topic ahead of our 50th anniversary of independence. So it's all happening tonight, 8 p.m. on the Global View on Q.
Thank you, Mr. G. Of course, a lot to look forward to tonight. So see you tonight, or here. We'll hear a little more from you tonight at 8 o'clock. Thank you very much, sir. Thank you. This is the Hot Set Dominica. Stick around. We just heard this morning that our Prime Minister is in Hong Kong. Yes, I just heard there this morning, just reading there on the Nature Isle news That Mr. Roosevelt Scarrett has held talks with the chief executive of Hong Kong, John Lee, of the issues of mutual interest, according to a statement issued by the government of Dominica. I'm sure we'll explore this and more sometime later. We're also hearing that the Prime Minister of St. Vincent will be here to celebrate or observe the 25th anniversary of Mr. Ruzi Douglas and Moore. We may hear from Tiani Bianzin about that and what is being planned for the week or Thursday this week. Big observation ceremony there. Dominica is just full of issues, pregnant with issues, one day at a time. Sometimes you try to deal with one, sometimes you get about two or three sometimes. But now, at this very moment, we're talking to Wadix about the big consultation taking place.
Q95 FM has taken the responsibility to carry on the legacy of educating and sensitizing the nation on the greatest gift left to us by our ancestors, the Creole language. Q95 FM has pledged full support to the special Creole language consultation organized by Creole Handbook in collaboration with the University of the West Indies Global Campus, the Comité pour Études Creole, alias Français and other partners. The theme, legitimizing Creole from vernacular to vehicle of identity, education and development. Scheduled for the University of the West Indies Global Campus, Thursday, October 16th from 10 a.m. This consultation will bring together educators, linguists, cultural elders, and policymakers from Dominica, Guadeloupe, Martinique, St. Lucia, Haiti, and Trinidad to examine the future of Creole in Dominica and the wider Caribbean. Changer tout le monde. Watch la masala with Pizeka, Plibel, Akaila.
Auto Trade introduces our newest line of lubricants, Valvoline, America's first branded motor oil. Valvoline has been formulating and improving motor oil longer than any other brand. From the world's first racing oil to the world's first synthetic blend, Valvoline has been trusted in engines around the world for over 150 years. Make the switch today. Choose Valvoline, the original motor oil. At Auto Trade, we only recommend the best in quality because at Auto Trade, it's more than a vehicle. It's a relationship. Valvoline Lubricants, now distributed by Auto Trade.
Q95 FM has taken the responsibility to carry on the legacy of educating and sensitizing the nation on the greatest gift left to us by our ancestors, the Creole language. Q95 FM has pledged full support to the special Creole language consultation organized by Creole Handbook in collaboration with the University of the West Indies Global Campus, the Comité pour Études Creole, alias Français and other partners. The theme, legitimizing Creole from vernacular to vehicle of identity, education and development. Scheduled for the University of the West Indies Global Campus, Thursday, October 16th from 10 a.m. This consultation will bring together educators, linguists, cultural elders, and policymakers from Dominica, Guadeloupe, Martinique, St. Lucia, Haiti, and Trinidad to examine the future of Creole in Dominica and the wider Caribbean. Changer tout le monde. Watch la masala with Pizeka, Plibel, Akaila.
All right, Dominica, we're here to talk about the big consultation there. Wadix is in the house with us this morning. Leroy Wadix Charles, but you already look like independence, man. What's going on with you?
I am 100% Creole. I have always been, and I will always be. 100% Creole.
What's going on? What's going on? I hear you are actually scheduled to get an award sometime later.
Yes, in January. As a matter of fact, the Haitian fraternity nominated me for a special award for the work that I've been doing promoting compa music.
Okay.
I've been doing that from, like you would know, from St. Mary's Academy.
A long time.
Introduced to compa by my good friend Francis Ole, and from there, 15 years with Wadik Ole, 29 years on DBS Radio was the one actually selecting the bands at the World Creole Music Festival. So my entire life I've been actually promoting Creole music. So Robert Shallow of Top Vice actually nominated me for an award. So on January 11th, 10th, I'll be heading to New York City for that special award. This
New
is a
York or
tremendous-
Miami?
Miami, sorry. Miami.
Okay.
Miami for that special award.
Well, again, congratulations to you, my brother.
Thank you very much, sir.
Well deserved. So what's happened to the consultation there?
Well, this is a big one, Matt, because we feel that it's very important that we celebrate. While we celebrate independence and Creole Month, you hear everything about everything else, but not the language.
Okay.
I mean, you're in the wear, you're in about the food, the cuisine, you're in quite a bit of activities, even the music, but you're in nothing about the language. So we felt it was very important to take stock of where the language is presently, invite some of the specialists throughout the Creole world, and put a document together to charge the way forward, because we know Creole is one of the gifts that God has given to us, one of the gifts that our ancestors left for us. So we're doing this special consultation in collaboration with the Ministry of Education, KEC, University of the West Indies, and Alliance Française. And we have presenters from all over, to include from Martinique, and this is one of my major contributor, Marie-Françoise Bernard, and she'll be actually talking on the Creole language policy. In order that we move forward with the Creole signage, with Creole in Parliament, with Creole all over, a policy possibly needs to be put together and legislated. And she assisted St. Lucia in putting this together. That's why it is accepted all over as a national language, and English is the official language. So she will actually giving us a presentation on the work she did with St. Lucia, and also she's also Martinican. So that is Dr. Marie-Françoise Bernard. From Guadeloupe, we have Myrna Bolos. Our topic will be the importance of the Creole language and the formation of Creole partnerships, also Creole in Guadeloupe. So what she'll do, she'll give us an assessment of the Creole language in Guadeloupe, the status of it, how important it is to forge relationships with people with the Creole people like us. From St. Lucia, Dr. Kenty Jean-Pierre. The topic will be Creole in St. Lucia, very interesting one. The structure and the use of it as an identity marker. So it's not just talking about Creole and we like us, where we just dealing with the food, the wear, and so on. And it's an identity. It is the language that carrying us through wherever we have to go. That is the language of communication. That is the language the slaves used to communicate with the Kalinagos. That's the language the slaves use, or the enslaved use, to communicate with themselves when they were taken from the African continent. From Haiti, we have Midline Dragon, and she'll be actually presenting on the importance of Creole people forging partnerships with a common cause and Creole as our true identity. We are from Trinidad, where once it was all Creole. And from the history, they brought teachers from Barbados to actually stamp out the Creole, because like we know, Trinidad was colonized by Spain, thus Port of Spain. And when they got slaves or enslaved people from Africa to Trinidad, it was all Creole. But then the Spanish felt it was, they cannot be controlled by the Spanish, owned by the Spanish, and it was everyone was speaking Creole. So there were teachers from Barbados to stamp out the Creole. So there are still pockets of communities in Trinidad that actually still speak the Creole. And by the way, Matt, they are doing a major revamping of trying to identify themselves as a real Creole people while we're sitting down in Dominica. So we have Mr. Nandi Hodge, and he'll be talking about the status of Creole in Trinidad as a multilingual Caribbean.
That must be interesting.
Yes. And then we have quite a bit of Dominicans. As a matter of fact, the prayer will be done by Father Monsignor Eustace Thomas, the opening prayer in Creole. We have Madam Akpa, a very critical one, legitimizing of the Creole language in a multilingual society, and the case study is Dominica. The CXC registrar, Magali Celestine, she's also a linguist, making the Creole language mandatory in schools, Creole and the school system. We have Delia Coffee Wicks, Creole in the community, how it extends after Grand Bay and let's say pockets of Dominica, other communities getting themselves involved in the Creole language. Raymond Lawrence on the legacy of KEC, championing the cause of the Creole language. Raymond Lawrence has been with KEC for over 40 years. KEC is the unofficial authority on the language. And Gordon Anderson, Creole language and music, because we know quite a bit of the Kadas Lipso music. Even Zouk was done in Creole. Lena Luke, she has a master's degree in the Creole studies. She'll be doing Creole and education and the research insights on the language itself.
Mhm.
And we have Dennis Joseph, who was the man who actually brought Creole to DBS Radio. We'll talk about the struggles during the bourgeoisie and the ordinary person. And Creole was the language of the yard and the struggles to get it on DBS Radio then over 40 years ago. We'll also be honoring Felix Anderson and Jamala Fountain, two stalwarts. Just before I leave, Matt, because we have 10 minutes, 5 gone, so I have 5 more minutes. I'm counting. There are some facts I wanted to go across very, very quickly. And it is, we know for now that Creole is not a dialect, nor a patois, it's a language. And the Creole language is the symbol of identity and resilience of a people. We know the Ministry of Education has the primary school timetable now dedicated to modern languages, making space now for Creole, Kokoi, and Kalinago. Very important to the Kokoi people. The system that is dedicated to the timetable now makes provisions for modern languages, so Kokoi can be taught in school, likewise Creole and the Kalinago language. One can obtain a degree in Creole studies in Martinique and Guadeloupe as we
Really?
speak. Yes. Like I just told you, Lena Luke, one of the presenters, got a degree. There are more French Creole speaking people in the Caribbean than English people. There are more, I want to repeat it, there are more French Creole, there are more of that in the Caribbean than English people. Just Haiti alone, 11.7 million, Guadeloupe almost 400, Martinique almost 400, plus St. Lucia.
But what is significant difference between our Creole and the Haitian Creole?
They're hyphenated, and most of the words are similar. And
Because you can actually understand it.
you can understand each other, but a lot of their words or their phrases are hyphenated, and there are certain words that may mean something different.
Okay.
But then we can understand each other. As a matter of fact, we have a Haitian presenter and we speak fluently every day without we know the community. So you know about the Kalinago language. It went completely. And when the Maroons actually wanted to head to the hills, the enslaved wanted to head to the hills, they actually used the Creole language to actually get the Kalinagos to get them to hide in the hills. So that's how important the Creole language was, because the Kalinago language gone extinct. And that is what can happen if you don't utilize the language. Grenada once spoke Creole. They didn't use it. They lost it.
Are some pockets there still?
There are some
Grenada,
pockets in
the older
Grenada.
people, the older people?
Pockets with the older people, and they're also making a big revival of the Creole language because they feel now how important it is. And I will tell you why a little later.
Okay.
The coastal villages of Calibishi to Capuchin for a long time found it easier to shop in Marigalant, and once again utilizing the Creole language. So people from the West Coast go way across to Calibishi, would go to Marigalant to shop because we had no roads leading up to the city then. And the Transcendental Road actually came in the 50s. The hucksters engaged weekly in the trade in Guadeloupe in Creole. Had it not been for the Creole language, there would never be a thriving music industry in Haiti. So we can see all what happened in Haiti and the music and how serious it is the music industry. The Heart of Cadas Lipso was in Creole. Most of the songs were done in Creole. And by the way, brought Dominica's name to the 4 corners of the globe. So everything else will come after, but that was Dominica's first distinct sound, which brought Dominica's name to the 4 corners of the globe. The great Kassav we celebrate sang only in Creole, intentionally, to make sure, as a matter of fact, they call themselves Creole people. Do not insult any Kassav member and call them French. They are, as far as they're concerned, French are people from France. They are from the Antilles. They are Creole. Okay? The Creole was called a patois before independence, which demonstrated that it was not recognized as a language. But the intellectuals in some islands made it semantic, shifting from the town Creole to recognize it as a part of the culture and not a patois. Very importantly, Mr. E.O. Libla, and we have to really focus on this one, and Dr. Sonny wrote on it. I think Dr. Irvin Andre also did a book on him. But according to Lennox Honey Church, the work of Sisi Cordera was somewhat a high society person, and E.O. Libla used her because the Creole was like the Creole of the language of the plantations, of the yards, of the ordinary person. So he actually worked close with Sisi Kodera, who was on the upper bracket, to get the Creole to be accepted by the upper, because she made songs, she sang, she danced in Creole. Now, she wrote several folk songs in Creole. When the West Indian Federation was formed, E.O. Libla was Dominica representative at the federal government. That's why we have Federation driving goodwill as a vestige of that period. Libla noticed that something no other island was taken seriously was in Dominica. The language, several genres of music, lots of traditional cuisine, and a traditional mode of dress. So he decided to make this an asset and build on the industry. So lots of Roseau people saw this as a country stuff. The Roseau people saw this. You, Martin from Roseau, you saw that as a country stuff. But what Libla did, he was a man that read well, and he read a lot. He was well read, and from a man from rural society, and he realized the challenge and knew that he needed to influence some of the upper class to allow the language to go through. So then Libla gave importance to the traditional culture. That is why Libla gave importance to the traditional culture. That is why before independence, I'm not sure if you can remember National Day activities. It was E.O. Libla who gave that prominence. It was E.O. Libla who gave it, he actually showcased it. The month of Creole that we are excited about, it was actually brought into by E.O. Libla. Creole, it's a fact that Creole have resisted over 400 years. Dennis Joseph, as manager of DBS, brought Creole to DBS Radio over 40 years. The world Creole music supported the Creole language. From its inception, we had a Creole Federation, a Federation of Creole Cultures. And Matt, what is going on now? It's appalling. We are taking the language for granted, like several other areas of Dominica. I'm not sure if you notice it, but my last few words, if you're...
It's clear. It's clear.
It is clear that we are taking Creole and we're taking lots of life, lots of areas of life, because if we talk about culture as the way of life, we have an erosion in the values, norms, even the language and traditions of in Dominica.
But would you say this consultation seem like a rebirth?
What we are trying to do is to get the perspective of the different islands and where they are in Creole and how they value Creole. Because we don't seem to value Creole. We still see Creole as
a side thing.
A side thing.
A side chick.
Yes.
A side
or
chick.
not even a side chick. As the ghetto, like a ghetto.
Okay.
Gordon Henderson always use a special scenario. I don't speak the patois, and we are proud to say I don't speak the patois. And these other islands, including St. Lucia, are sticking it to a different level. There's an institute. They are now putting it in schools. In Guadeloupe now have Creole studies at university level. That's the seriousness we take it. Now we're going to continue with the erosion of what happening to us, why we take it for granted. Children have lost respect for teachers, elders, and authority. Excessive alcohol consumption and drug abuse by the adolescents, Matt. And I saw it, I witnessed it for Carnival. Children with spliff in their mouth in the band, children with glasses of rum in the band, and nothing was done. We are facing an increase in deaths by heart attack. I'm not sure if you have been noticing several people falling on those
young people.
Young people with heart attack. When you heard of heart attack before, it would be the elderly.
That's true.
Now we are hearing heart attacks from very young people. None of us investigated it to find out if it's from COVID-19 vaccine, if it's the food we eating, if it's some chemical, if it's something we're breathing all of a sudden, if it's say some foreign substance in the air. But people falling down like flies with heart attack, no family. Alcohol, again, is the C, and alcohol plus or multiply by CO seem to be the norm to erase and to eradicate all our stress. The adolescents are exposed to an avalanche of sexual explicit content. No family. We are celebrating independence. 1 month is dedicated for independence, but the traditional culture is stifled. The amount of fetes and foreign music is stifling the traditional music. Is stifling the traditional art form. Now there are two aspects.
So what are we going to do about this?
That's how we have to start to talk about it. There was one of the, normally there's the village festivals and so on, the traditional. My brother, I passed by one on Saturday, I will not say where.
Zero audience. Zero audience. So while we've been focusing on Bacchanal and Carnival during 1 month, that was designated for our Creole culture. And Matthew, there's the traditional, which is what we're supposed to be celebrating. We have 11 months to see one to party and to bring all kind of other music.
At least one day a week, Wadix, during the year, we could wear Creole. At least one day.
I wear Creole anytime and every time because the Creole is not a wear for me. It is from the heart. We are a Creole people. We don't have skyscrapers and fascinating nightlife and oil. And I want us to understand, listen to that. Heritage tourism and wellness tourism are billion-dollar assets, Matt. And I want to repeat that. Heritage tourism, where we're strong, wellness tourism, where we're strong, are both billion-dollar aspects of tourism. Are we utilizing it? I'm asking you the question. We're taking it for granted.
We're not.
We have 16 centenarians, none with hypertension, none with diabetes. And I want to repeat, 16 centenarians at present, none with diabetes, none with hypertension. Just like the matter, you're living 100 years without any of this, which means wellness tourism is a big thing.
Big thing.
Now, what have they done to live that long? Are we taking note of it so we can eat it ourselves? Are we taking note of it? We're taking them for granted.
That's it.
They have survived 100 years. There has to be something right that they are doing, right they are eating, the way they are living. Are we taking note of it, Matt? Instead, we are drunk COing every day. And that is our problem.
We become a CO country.
Well, the headquarters of CO and earlier on nastiness. And it's appalling. And people get vexed when I see this thing, but it doesn't really matter to me. As a citizen, I have a right like everybody else. You like what you like. Chobi say, ooh, c'est ça oui. Moi, c'est ça moi. So you like your CO, and I believe CO is good because you have to enjoy yourself, you have to party. But every day and everything cannot be a CO. Now we are crucifying our traditional culture, taking it for granted because we tell ourselves all the effect from next week, from weekend. We're just going to expect the belly and the jimping will be, the people have to spend on their clothes. They have to spend time on practice. And try to imagine they are dancing to zero audience. And all the effects are $100 something are filled. And hear the music, strictly foreign music and other types of music. Not one traditional band is invited to any of these functions. And lastly, when we started the World Creole Music Festival under Mr. Sheridan Gregoire, we put the traditional on stage. So we made it a holistic event, traditional and contemporary, on the big stage.
A mix.
What we did is we take it out and put it in the forecourt where man smoking Hillsborough Special and drinking BB. And then we tell ourselves that is where the visitors are supposed to come and see it. So during the time the traditional supposed to be the starring,
Yes.
we sideline it to the forecourt and everything else, including people that take jail, that are headliners, and our traditional music as stifling. Have a wonderful day, my friends.
All right, Dominica.
E hanno di cosa se piti chi caffè me domni le qua poca che le lanti si poi ta io se con la ci io e usai usata se piti sala ca jamais ti piti la tu le vedi se bagay sana presi kono e an di cosa se piti ki caffè we me non blanca leche be manico le la caviasia e io le la che mo mache questo sada Se bicha salada baka jamais moi. Si bicha la nous les péris. Quand t'es bano tout c'est bagaille ça la ka plaisir con. Et en cosa.
Q95 FM has taken the responsibility to carry on the legacy of educating and sensitizing the nation on the greatest gift left to us by our ancestors, the Creole language. Q95 FM has pledged full support to the special Creole language consultation organized by Creole Handbook in collaboration with the University of the West Indies Global Campus, the Comité pour Études Creole, alias Process and other partners. The theme legitimizing Creole from vernacular to vehicle of identity, education, and development. Scheduled for the University of the West Indies Global Campus, Thursday, October 16th from 10 a.m. This consultation will bring together educators, linguists, cultural elders, and policymakers from Dominica, Guadeloupe, Martinique, St. Lucia, Haiti, and Trinidad to examine the future of Creole in Dominica and the wider Caribbean. Change tout le monde! Watch la masala with Iseka plus belle Akaila. The Paris Academy class of 74-75 Alumni Reunion Committee presents one of the most highly anticipated cultural events of the year, the SMA All Boys Concert, a star-studded night of music, culture, and brotherhood on Friday, October 17th, 6 p.m. at the St. Gerard Hall. Dancing Simin and 10 K's of Monaco Dominica. The sensational Chalet of Signal Band. Award-winning Mr. Reach across the bridge. King Daddy Chess, multi-talented King Bob. And tell Slim so I could live for that club. John of Beaverman Phil, Shadow Pro, Gordon Fingers Philip, County of Serenade, Tahina, Alex and Laron, Kenny the Ghost Williams, Peter Lita, Calvin Senators, Brett a night of Queso Cadastrim so reggae, Muyofo, and world music. Tickets in advance, $50. Special students price, $25 only at XMA. Partners include Navigator, Britain Company, DBS Radio, KRFM, Q95 FM, Dominican News Online, Push Past 10, the TDN Radio, Paris Academy, UWI Campus Dominica, Dominican Public Service Union, Damian Mellon, and other SMA alumni, Milo Services, Deepex, Bullseye, Dominican Office Commission, Central Cooperative Credit Union, and more. This landmark concert celebrates the extraordinary contributions of SMA alumni who have become icons to Dominica's rich cultural heritage and the regional and international stage. Friday, October 17th, 6 p.m. St. Gerard Hall, St. Mary's Academy Boston present students. Support your alma mater.
We have exciting news. Your favorite home improvement destination just got a major upgrade. Get ready to experience the all-new Do It Center online store. Fresh look, same great products, and super user-friendly. Find what you're looking for in a snap. Need assistance? We've got you covered. Connect with our live chat agents for real-time assistance. But that's not all. Introducing the convenience of seamless online payments with reliable delivery service straight to your door. Shopping for quality products has never been this easy. Don't miss out. Visit store.doitcenterdominica.com and experience the new era of our online shopping. Do It Center, your partner in home improvements.
Tonight is our 38th Global Beyond Q show for 2025, and we continue to engage with our local, regional, and global Q family listeners and friends of Dominica at home and abroad. My co-host, as usual, is Justice Dr. Irving Andre, and our guest tonight, former Ambassador Christian Gregoire and attorney Gabriel Christian. Tonight, we discuss the recent African Union Caribbean Community Summit, and we will focus on Dominica's long-standing call for a closer partnership with the African continent, from Edward Oliver Libla to Ruby Douglas to Gabriel Christian to Irving Andre and to Ras Kabinda, formerly known as Desmond Trotter, and other past Dominican leaders in the Black Power movement. So I will have some suggestions about some areas to be explored. The African Caribbean Community Summit, is it lip service or is it a laudable goal? What about cooperation in Western Sahara? versus a Moroccan hotel built in a swamp and questionable fertilizer, while the young people in Morocco protest against the regime in office. Can we have real economic and trade initiatives and build on progress in economic cooperation from initiatives like the Afrexim Bank Office in Barbados and the Afro-Caribbean Trade and Investment Forum? Can Dominica attract sustainable investment from the African continent? What about opportunities for investment in agro-industry such as cassava processing and trade? What about the Dominica music industry exports like Kadas and Bouillon, Calypso, etc. to the African continent? What about cooperation in healthcare with Nigerian doctors instead of working with people like Maduke? Can we explore ethnicity connections with Africa like Nigeria, Algeria, Dominica, which can prompt tourism from Nigeria and Algeria, for example, considering a Dominican International Airport is on the horizon? And what about attracting African investment in Dominica with industry for exports? And how about partnering with the African continent to demand reparations from former colonial powers for the lasting negative impacts of the slave trade and colonialism? And as I always say, Matt, thinking forward towards 2028 or to Dominica's 50th anniversary of independence, what are the people's visions for their well-being? Are they satisfied with their current conditions of lack of economic and social progress? So we look forward to the suggestion of our panel or listeners, callers, and viewers on Facebook and on YouTube on the recent African Union Caribbean Community Summit with a focus on Dominica's long-standing call for a closer partnership with the African continent, from Edward Libla to Rosie Douglas to Gabriel Christian to Irving Andre to Ron Green to Christine Gregoire and to Ras Kabinde, formerly known as Desmond Trotter, and other past Dominican leaders in Black Power movement, and what needs to be done to move beyond these 25 years of economic stagnation and oppression. To Justice Dr. Irving Andre, to former Ambassador Christine Gregoire and Attorney Gabriel Christian will all share their ideas on the topic ahead of our 50th anniversary of independence. So it's all happening tonight, 8 p.m. on the Global View on Q.
All oppression will be down, and the people will rise up and shine.
I told you it's going to be a very, very busy morning, Dominica. Next here, of course, Dr. Laura on the Manhood series. Stick around. Stick around.
Good. Volume 2, under the theme Winning Through Relationships. Come to the DAPD Auditorium, Canal Lane, Goodwill, Dominica. This Saturday, October 11th, come learn effective techniques of crucial conversations and conflict resolution. To register, call Matt at 295-767-225-6417. Hosted by Dr. Kevin Laurent and Associates.
All right, good morning. I think we have Dr. Laura there. Good morning to you. How are you doing, sir? How are you? Good morning. Hello? Hello? We're going to try again.
Top Edge Leadership Solutions presents Manhood Volume 2 under the theme Winning Through Relationships. Come to the DAPD Auditorium, Canal Lane, Goodwill, Dominica. This Saturday, October 11th, come learn effective techniques of crucial conversations and conflict resolution. To register, call Matt at 295-767-225-6417. Hosted by Dr. Kevin Laurent and Associates.
Let me see if I can try again, Dr. Laura on StreamYard. Good morning to you. Are you there? Hello? No, don't answer there again. We'll have to try again later. Let's take a break. We'll come right back.
Need one trusted place to stock up for your home, shop, or business? Fine Foods Inc. Distribution has got you covered. From dry goods and frozen foods to your favorite drinks, alcoholic and non-alcoholic, plus all the household must-have. We've got it all under one roof. We're right here in Dominica, and yet we deliver. Whether you're running a supermarket, a corner shop, a bar, or just like your pantry full and happy, Fine Foods Inc. brings you the best brands you know and love. Great prices, top-tier service, trusted products. At 255-6810 or 316-0164. Or drop by our Jimmet location to check out what's in store. Fine Foods Inc.
Fine Foods Inc., the biggest distributor for the biggest brand.
Many years in London, Goldwyn is now retired and back living in Dominica enjoying his pension. He toujours got smiles so we can see the gold teeth and toujours young. I met him coming out of Floss's with the help of some staff carrying different foods, drinks, and meats to his vehicle. Myself too fast to go and ask the man what's up. Is their story start? And when we finish to avoid words, so that Kadimo de San Dominic per fini la hamwe. I said, Goldwyn, speak in English, don't force it. Then he said, I shop with intelligence, yeah? At Floss's, you get the most reasonable prices. Quarter bag flour, rice, sugar, milk, beers, soft drinks, water, rum, and so much more. Prices and quantities to fit your needs, mate. Because you just come down and want to tell me what I know about Floss's already. That's where I shop. It's not you alone that want to save money but still get the quality goods. That's right. And if you're listening to this ad, go and check out Floss's for yourself. Next to the Rosal Market, you can't miss it.
Now opened on Sunday from 10 a.m.
for
to
a
1.
cultural and entrepreneurial explosion. The National Development Foundation of Dominica proudly presents this signature event, the 9th annual Creole in the Street. On Friday, October the 17th, Great Marlborough Street will transform from 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. into the ultimate Creole marketplace. Come experience the wide variety of small businesses that fuel our economy, from agro-processors and food vendors to clothing, crafts, services, and plants. The variety is vast, the energy is vibrant, and the celebration is unforgettable. Don't miss the 9th edition of
Go to your
Creole.
favorite store, dial it now. 612-1253. That's Mega. You can rely on Mega for some real deals on name brand clothing and electronics. High quality, low price. We are a wholesale and retail store located in Calabishi, right on the main road. Check us out on Facebook, Instagram at Mega Deals Dominica. Like our page. Check out our stuff. Call us. Visit us. Would appreciate that. Come try it on. Love it. Buy it at Mega Deals. your one and only online and brick and mortar store. Mega Hills is also on wheels. We make it convenient for your shopping. We deliver straight to your door. Email us at info@megadealsda.com. Rely on Mega Deals for some real deals.
I see Golo in shopping for farming supplies. So I ask him, what are you doing inside Bloombox? You have a farm? He tell me, that's how tell sort. I've been married 37 years. Come back my money farm. They say, no, not woman, like land for farming crops. And then you understand, Bloombox is the most affordable on island. Knapsacks starting at only $57.71. Elsewhere, it's $300 plus. Cutlass seeds, seeding trays, nursery pots, sales of potting mix, all at way better prices than anywhere else. Fertilizers, 3-in-1 multi-tool, and so much more. Located on Federation Drive, Goodwill. Second property on the right after the Valley Link Road and on the corner of Drury Lane and Hanover Street in Rosal. Bloombox. Let's bloom together.
Long live our intrusive Creole Cruise Party. It's set to set sail at sunset to secret exclusive destinations under the canopy of a lovely, lively, vibrant, colorful celebration with non-stop entertainment by for Serenade Combo, King Dice, Reigning Calypso Mona, Joy, Dread and the Bear. Music by DJ Shield. 6 p.m. and the journey departs the Bayfront in Rosal. It's smooth sailings along the scenic coast of independent Dominica. Come and enjoy a deserving night of highly anticipated good fun, friends, and frolic. Thursday, October 23rd, all-inclusive Creole Cruise Party. Secure your tickets now for this extraordinary cruise journey along the coast of Dominica. Only $280 or $80 US. All-inclusive Creole Cruise Party. Get your tickets at Island Event Tickets/Tickets Creole Cruise Party. A Bullseye Pharmacy. A call 235-6888. Thursday, October 23rd. Big prizes and surprises. Everyone from the diaspora will be there.
Raise on yours every day with God. Get value for your money. Cut up the best quality. Home is what you make it. Best prices and good credit. Cut up it all.
Courts. Make home yours.
All right, Dominic, I told you it's going to be a very, very, very busy morning. And we're here with Courts. Dominic, it's been some time, but they're here. You know, it's busy season. And they're ready to serve you. So let's see what Courts is offering this morning. Stick around, Dominica.
Make home yours every day with God. Get value for your money. Cut up the best quality. Home is what you make it. Best prices and good credit. Cut up it all.
Courts. Make home yours.
All right, Dominica, we're here with Courts. Let's say good morning to the young lady from Courts this morning. How you doing?
I'm doing good, Matt, and how are you doing?
Not as fine as you. But I'm sure you'll make my morning better. What's going on at Courts this morning?
Well, actually, it's not Courts, the main branch we're talking about. We're only talking about Ready Cash today.
Okay.
Right. So that's the Ready Cash branch that we have upstairs Patty Shack and on Bay Street in Portsmouth.
Mm-hmm.
And we're just going to talk about the promotions that we have going on for the Creole Independence season.
All right. So tell us about that.
So,
what's the promotion?
So currently we have 2 promotions going on.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to start with I'm going to leave the best for last.
Okay.
So the first promotion that we have going on right now is that if you take a cash loan with us, $4,000 and above, you get 5% cash back. So you get 5% to spend in our store. So you take a loan of $4,000, you get $200 cash back, Quartz cash back, and you can go to our furniture store and spend that $200 any which way that you like.
Okay.
Okay.
Mhm.
And the next promotion that we have running right now is the exciting one. We know we're in the independent season,
Mhm.
and we have actually Creole Festival tickets
Mhm.
that we're going to giving to our customers.
Go ahead.
So we have 12 tickets. So 12 lucky customers get a chance to win a ticket to the Creole Music Festival. All you have to do is very simple. Come to any one of our branches. That's upstairs Party Shack.
Is it 12 tickets?
We have 12 tickets to
Okay,
give out.
12 tickets. Okay.
Yeah. So you can come to any one of our branches, that's upstairs Party Shack or in Bay Street in Portsmouth, and take a cash loan of $2,500 and above, and you get a chance to win a ticket to the Creole Music Festival.
Is the paybacks affordable? Or do you think
Of
it's
course,
the best you have?
that's what we are known for. We are known for affordable payback and also our quick service. So you can walk into Quartz today and get your money right away.
Okay.
So you can apply for a cash loan and walk out with your money.
So how much money are we talking about here? How much money can you get from Quartz?
So you can get up to $20,000 if you're taking a regular cash loan, so a personal loan. So if you want to, enjoy your season, your independent season, you can get up to $20,000. So anywhere from $550 to $20,000, you can get that. If you have a small business, we know again we're in independent season. Businesses want to, increase their inventory. You can come in and actually get a cash loan for your business anywhere from $3,000 to $27,000.
All right. A lot is happening at Quartz, Dominica. Let's see. Can you take phone calls because some people ask questions about.
Sure.
All right. So let's see. We have a phone call on the line. Are you there, caller?
Hello, good day.
Yeah. How you doing?
I'm doing good.
Okay. Yes.
I called to say.
No, well, we're not taking birthday calls right now because are you talking about Quartz? No, I don't think the person is ready to talk about costs here. But we're gonna take a quick break, Dominique, and we're gonna come back. Thank you very much. Thank you. Okay. All right. Let's see if we can do this.
Have you covered? Best believe. Quartz Ready Cash, it's for everyone. Not to worry, fast approval. Hurry up and come. We got it all. We on the go. Quartz Ready Cash, you already know. We got it all. We on the go. Quartz Ready Cash, always ready. When you're ready, let's go.
Quartz Ready Cash, ready when you are.
Make home yours every day with Quartz. Ooh. Get value for your money. Ooh. Quartz have the best quality. Home is what you make it. Best prices and good credit. Quartz have it all.
Quartz, make home yours.
All right, here's a complaint I'm already getting as it relates to Quartz. Man, it takes too long for the cash loans as a regular customer. That's a complaint out there. How can we make that better?
Well, if you're a regular customer with Quartz, or you've already had a cash loan with us, you just walk into the branch, provide your ID, your recent payslip, and a proof of address, and it doesn't take long at all. Within hours, your loan is approved. We call you in, you come and collect. So there are some customers who may think it takes a long time. It's because they probably don't have
what's
their
required?
credit, or they don't have what's required with them at the time. So to them, it may take a long time. But the process itself is very, very simple. You just walk in, and it's even simpler if you are an existing customer with Ready Cash.
All right. So tell me, how do you qualify to get a loan from?
Well, once you have the requisite documents, so you would have your ID, your job letter, a recent payslip, and a proof of address, and you come into the branch.
That's it.
That's all you need.
So if you don't have a job, so you can't provide and you're sort of a self-employed person.
Well, for the self-employed people, yes, we still give cash loans to self-employed people. Instead of the job letter and salary slip, then they would be required to bring in proof of their business. So they would have to bring in, if their business is registered, they bring in the registration, and also a 6-month history with their bank or their credit union.
Okay, so you say they can get as much as $20,000 once they qualify.
Right. So if you're an individual who looking for a loan for personal business, then you can get up to $20,000. And if you have a small business and you want to probably increase your inventory or do anything to increase your business, then you can get a loan up to $27,000.
All right, let's see if another question is coming in here. I'll take. What about someone in the accommodation business? Like, say you have a Airbnb, a hotel. How do you qualify?
So it's the same thing. So that means you're a small business owner. So you would bring in your statements from the bank or the credit union, your proof of address and your ID, and you come into the branches.
All right, let's see if we can take a phone call. Somebody wants to ask a question. Hello, yeah, she's here, quite capable. Hello, talk to me.
I called to say that I suffer at Wadix.
No, we're not talking about Wadix right now. It's gone. 44930. We here into, or you support what he said. Yes, we'll get another chance to talk to him sometime. Okay. All right, it's already 9:08 in the morning. We're talking, of course, Ready Cash. If you're looking for a small loan for the season, check Courts Ready Cash. We're gonna come back, Dominica, right here on Q95.
Free loans for your every need. Courts have you covered, best believe. Courts Ready Cash, it's for everyone. Not to worry, fast approval. Hurry up and come. We got it all. We on the go. Courts Ready Cash, you already know. We got it all. We on the go. Courts Ready Cash, always ready when you're ready. Let's go.
Courts Ready Cash. Ready when you are.
Make home yours every day with Courts. Ooh. Get value for your money. Ooh. Courts have the best quality. Home is what you make it. Best prices and good credit. Courts have it all.
Courts. Make home yours.
Free loans for your every need. Courts have you covered, best believe. Courts Ready Cash, it's for everyone. Not to worry, fast approval. Hurry up and come. We got it all. We on the go. Courts Ready Cash, you already know. We got it all. We on the go. Courts Ready Cash, always ready when you're ready. Let's go.
Courts Ready Cash. Ready when you are.
Free loans for your every need. Courts have you covered, best believe. Courts Ready Cash, it's for everyone. Not to worry, fast approval. Hurry up and come. We got it all. We on the go. Courts Ready Cash, you already know. We got it all. We on the go. Courts Ready Cash, always ready when you're ready. Let's go.
Courts Ready Cash. Ready when you are.
Now somebody asked me, why will not qualify me for that loan? Why will not qualify me for that loan? It sounds like but just speak to that. Somebody says, why will not qualify me? You want the loan, why will not qualify me?
The only thing that will not qualify you is not having the documents that are required. So once you have the documents, just come to the branches. Again, we are upstairs Party Shack and we're on Bay Street. So just come in and we'll take a look at your case. Probably the person, I'm not sure if they probably had a denial or something why they're asking what would not qualify them. But once you have the documents, come in. Even if you're self-employed, you are employed, just walk into our branches. We have a lot of CROs or representatives are there and willing and able to assist.
All right. Let's go over the of course, the main reason that you're here this morning. You have a big promotion going on.
Right. So the big promotion on right now is a chance to win one of 12 Creole Music Festival tickets. So you can come into any one of our branches, apply for a Ready Cash loan, $2,500 and above. So that's $2,500 and above.
Mhm.
And you get a chance to win one of our tickets. And we have 4 draws taking place. So in each draw, we'll give away 3 tickets. So
Okay.
the first draw is actually this Friday, and we will do that draw about 2:00 in the afternoon.
Is it a season ticket or nightly ticket?
It's a nightly ticket. So
Nightly.
we have 4 tickets per night that we're giving away.
Okay.
So again, walk into any one of our branches, talk to any one of our representatives, and get an opportunity to win a ticket to the World Creole Music Festival. And we know it's going to be a big one. It's the 25th edition. So we're trying to give as much people as possible that opportunity
A chance to go.
come in to attend the World Creole Music Festival this year.
Another question is, the questions coming as we score. Yes, they say they have to contact St. Lucia. Why St. Lucia?
So that is where our sanctioning happens. That's where our approval comes from. So remember, Ready Cash is not just in Dominica; it's in all the OECS
So
countries.
you have some people up there vetting the
So
process.
all the cash loans go to St. Lucia to get approved. We do approve some loans in Dominica, which will be our payday loans. So we have 2 types of payday loans. We have one at $500 and one at $1,000. So those you get even quicker, and those, even if we send it to St. Lucia, it's very quick. The approval comes back very quick. But the payday loans are even quicker because they get approved locally.
Explain to us what payday means.
So the payday loans, you get a payday loan of $500. So you decide this month you need an extra $500. You probably have a quick emergency. You take that $500
Mhm.
and you pay that back next month. And it's an interest-free loan.
Interest-free.
Interest-free. There is a small administrative fee, but you pay that loan back within a month. If you take $1,000, you pay that back within 3 months.
Interesting.
Yes.
Anything-
So that's our payday loan.
Anything else you want to add before you go? And of course, you'll be back with us sometime soon, I imagine.
Yes,
I haven't seen you, but
definitely.
I expect you a lot more.
Yes, you'll be seeing me a lot more now, Matt. I just want to encourage our customers, whether you're a new customer, an existing customer, visit our branch. We no longer give loans at our Old Street branch. That's where we do the furniture. We only do our cash loans at our cash loan branches. And again, it's upstairs Party Shack. And on Bay Street, we have a lot of representatives. They're very able and capable to assist you with all of
Mhm.
your needs. So just come in, walk with your documents to make the process even faster. If you're an existing customer, you just need your ID, your recent payslip, and a proof of address. And if you're a new customer, you will need those same 3 items along with your job, a job letter. And
Mhm.
if you're self-employed, your business is registered, you walk with the business registration as well as a 6-month history from your bank or your credit union.
Believe me when I tell you, there's some people who don't know where your office is. So explain where that is from your place.
So we have the standalone branch in Roseau that's upstairs Party Shack opposite Jolly's by the Old Market.
Okay.
And there is a standing sign outside, and you just walk up the stairs. And we have on Bay Street opposite the police station in Portsmouth, where the
We're going a little too fast. So let's take some notes. I'm home. I want to write what you just said. Where are we located? Take your
On
time.
upstairs Party Shack in
Right.
Roseau.
Thank you. Mhm.
And we are located on Bay Street in Portsmouth opposite the police station.
Okay. So you're on Old Street
Old Street in Roseau,
or next to Jolly's.
next to Jolly's.
You see the sign and you walk up the steps.
You walk up the stairs.
Where Raffle used to be.
I believe so.
Raffle, yes. Party Shack upstairs
Yes,
there.
upstairs Party Shack.
Okay. We want to say thank you for coming and we'll see you again soon.
Yes, definitely. And thank you again to the listeners. And we are looking forward to seeing you all. And don't forget to come in to get a chance to win a ticket.
All right. So looking forward. I want to see if I get a chance to win a ticket itself. Okay. So let's see what happens.
The free loans for your every need. Cards have you covered, best believe. Cards ready cash, it's for everyone. Not to worry, fast approval. Hurry up and come. We got it all. We on the go. Cards ready cash, you already know. We got it all. We on the go. Cards ready cash, always ready when you're ready. Let's go.
Quartz Ready Cash. Ready when you are.
Have the free loans for your every need. Court have you covered, best believe. Court's ready, cash, it's for everyone. Not to worry, fast approval. Hurry up and come. We got it all. We on the go. Court's ready, cash, you already know. We got it all. We on the go. Court's ready, cash, always ready. When you're ready, let's go.
Courts Ready Cash. Ready when you are.
Long awaited all-inclusive Creole Cruise Party is set to set sail at sunset to secret exclusive destinations under the canopy of a lovely, lively, vibrant, colorful celebration with non-stop entertainment by for Serenade Combo, King Dice, Reigning Calypso Monarch, Joy, Dread and the Bear. Music by DJ Shield. 6 p.m. and the journey departs the Bayfront in Roseau. It's smooth sailings along the scenic coast of independent Dominica. Come enjoy a deserving night of highly anticipated good fun, friends and frolic. Thursday, October 23rd, all-inclusive Creole Cruise Party. Secure your tickets now for this extraordinary cruise journey along the coast of Dominica. Only $280 or $80 US. All-inclusive Creole Cruise Party. Get your tickets at Island Event Tickets /tickets Creole Cruise Party. A Bullseye Pharmacy. Or call 235-6888. Thursday, October 23rd. Big prizes and surprises. Everyone from the diaspora will be there.
Make home yours every day with God. Ooh, get value for your money. Ooh, Courts have the best quality. Home is what you make it. Best prices and good credit. Courts have it all.
Courts. Make home yours.
We have a few stops coming up, so let's just open up the lines for now. Our Prime Minister is now in Hong Kong. And again, it brings you back to the discussion I think we were having earlier. Should the Prime Minister announce all the time where is he? What is he doing? Some people are already complaining the Prime Minister is traveling too much. On the anniversary of Rosie Douglas, remember at some point, President was saying Rosie always out of the country. Rosie Douglas. I remember that. But these days, the same people are now saying nothing. And they're saying, well, if you leave, please tell us what you're up to. We need to know. Some people might say it's not your business. Yes, we just heard there that the Prime Minister is in Hong Kong, just went to Hong Kong there. And of course, already the comments are coming in. Oh boy. Well, somebody might argue, well, he has to go out to see what he gets for the country. But at least report. That's the point that everybody else is making, or many other people are making. On the telephone, are you there? Yes?
Love life, light, healing, joy, gratitude, courage, and sacrifice. And that is the level of ridiculousness and ignorance that exists in that Dominica.
Mm-hmm.
And, people are fanatical, they're extreme in the support for politicians. But they don't have the more than the father and the sister, the brother, the husband, and the boyfriend like that, Matt. Politicians, they have all that leeway to give. So he can do what it's not your business. Leave our prime minister, Matt. That is ignorance. Ça c'est ignorant. Ça c'est sorte to Matt. That is foolishness to Can you imagine you're not supposed to hold a leader accountable and that have nothing to do with national security? All the great leaders in the world that are at war with other countries, and Matt, before they travel, everybody know where they're going. Matt, it's on the news. Before they travel, Matt, are you there with me, sir?
Yes, I'm right here, Blessings. I'm right here. Mm-hmm.
So that level of ignorance and idiocy, Matt, and that boy know that.
So you're saying the people have a right to know, Blessings. That's your point. The people have a right to know.
It has nothing to do with national security, Matt. Not to say you're jeopardizing his safety by telling the people I am out. They said they wanted to chain Rosie Douglas to a chair. You travel with Rosie. Can you remember that, Matt?
I remember that, yes, like yesterday.
They said he was traveling too much, so they said they want to chain him to a chair. And now that level of abuse, Matt.
So it's a level of hypocrisy as well. When the Rosie, of course, they wanted to crucify Rosie for traveling.
No, but that is the psychology he used on them to make them believe he's the be it all and end it all. The best thing that ever happens in sliced bread is carrot is me, my, I. That is a Chinese name, Matt. Better, his name is Chichi. Mm-hmm. And his name is me, my, I. Let me say something, Matt. Just quickly, Matt, I have a thing saying how similar is the same when context is not considered and motive is not known. It is basic, How similar is the same in comparison? Matt, we have how much countries in the Caribbean? About 18 of them, Matt?
Around that, yes.
I think it's about 18 of them. Not all of them, I think it's before the European Union and all of that. We talk about Caribbean unity, regional unity, and free travel and all of that. Nothing ever took place. Matt, is it coincidental? These leaders that are in power within the OEC, 4 of them, I think Bailey's is one of them, Matt.
Mm-hmm.
And then all of a sudden they want to come together with a free movement. Okay, the others are not coming on board because they find we are too. But Barbados is a big one too, and Barbados is involved. Is it coincidental all of them have the same objective? Let us see how similar is the same, having to do, they want to remain in power indefinitely. Mia Mottley had a landslide victory during an election. She had to select a member of her cabinet and make them an opposition. Isn't that so, Matt?
Yes,
In Dominica, we have no opposition. In St. Vincent, Matt, how many terms Ralph Gonsalves has been there, Matt? Forever.
For a long time.
Do you think I was about to say these criminals, but I'll take that back, want to be removed out of power? This is the modern day dictators. And we're talking about Donald Trump. Dominicans busy talking about Trump and what Trump wants to do to deploy the military in cities in America. And Trump is a dictator and Trump. And you have these criminals in the Caribbean, Matt. And these people are remaining silent. I don't know what they give them to drink. All of them focus on America. Well, thank you. There is no longer a refuge for all you to escape after you create all your monsters in the Caribbean. Trump Kebokuzo. Have a blessed one, though.
All right, thank you very much. It's somebody says, Matt Peltier. When they complained about Rosie traveling, they even promised to tie him to a chair. Now, scared is king. No dog back. What a level of hypocrisy in Dominica. Yes, I remember that. Of course, you all know I traveled with Rosie, and the complaint was he traveled too much. Now, nobody says anything, huh? Nobody. No dog back. Oh boy. The Prime Minister is a public figure being paid by the taxpayers. Each time he leaves the country, the people have to know. Every time the president leaves the United States, he travels, the nation is notified. This is protocol. The people have a right to know. This basically is what somebody's saying on WhatsApp. Well, if he goes on his private business, I don't think it's anybody's business if he goes on his private business. Well, you say the Prime Minister is out of state, on private business. On the telephone, hello, talk to me, 927.
Good afternoon. Good morning, Matt.
Good morning to you, sir, yes?
Here we go again. Matt, Rosie Douglas, when he went, he was sincerely trying to get Dominica, out of its rut. He was probably sincerely trying. We know the type of people that.
What are you saying in comparison? That you don't think the Prime Minister is trying?
Matt, we know the type of people that Rosie Douglas associated with, don't we?
Yes,
we know the type that he associated with. We don't know, or we have an idea, or we have had ideas of who Skerritt associates with when he went to Vanuatu. The story is out. When he went to Vanuatu and these places, we know who he ended up associating with. A lot of these people went to jail. Yes or no? Am I incorrect?
A few of them.
Right. So Roosevelt Douglas did not associate with those types. He was associating with people like, the president of Libya, because, the Black Association, what Libya was doing for Black people, what Gaddafi was doing for Black people, although the West painted him with that kind of dictatorship brush. But we know that in Libya, people were benefiting greatly from what Gaddafi was doing for his country. And he was willing to extend it right across Africa. It's just that he was not successful because of the forces of the Western world who broke him. But is Roosevelt Skerritt doing the same? When we see he associates with people, we're seeing those people falling by the wayside. They're not exactly exemplary types of people. And why is it a secret? Probably because he's not going to be very proud to present it to the Dominican people. Whereas Rosie didn't have those kind of secrets. We know that. So that, I would say, is the biggest difference. Enough said.
All right, thank you very much. Let's take a voice note here, yes?
Matt, my brother, good morning to you and to your listeners. Matt,
morning.
First of all, Roosevelt Skerritt supposedly was voted into office and so represents the nation not only as prime minister but as parliamentary representative of his constituency. And so on both counts, he owes explanation to the people, both of his constituency and of the country, as to where it is that he's traveling to, what is the purpose of his travel, and so on and so forth. That is part of the accountability that is expected in a supposedly democratic system. But it's interesting. He's in Hong Kong. Many people might hear the name Hong Kong, and they might think of Hong Kong as the Hong Kong of the past. A Hong Kong that was thriving economically under a system that allowed free enterprise and economic freedoms and democratic freedoms, freedom of expression, freedom of association, freedom of movement, etc., etc., etc. We have to recognize, we have to remember that the Hong Kong that I just spoke of was under, at the time, the rule of the British, and so certain British values and British democratic systems were adhered to. The people of Hong Kong begged for that to remain when Hong Kong was handed back to China after, I believe, 100 years that was agreed upon for Hong Kong to remain under British rule. They begged for that to remain their way of life. And the Chinese government initially agreed to that. And then once they took over fully, they crushed all opposition. The people demonstrated for very lengthy periods. There were battles in the streets. I believe people may have lost their lives, but eventually everything went quiet, and Hong Kong is now fully under Chinese rule. I say all of this to say that when we have a prime minister who had secret deals signed in the past, and deals that we still do not know the contents of, and we have the Chinese involvement in Dominica increasing day by day, we need to look at Hong Kong as an example of what we may be facing in the future. And that will give you even more reason to ask Roosevelt, why is he in Hong Kong? Ask him to explain what it is that he's doing there, and continue to insist that he reveals what it is that is in the MOU, and hold his feet to the fire. So just keep that in mind, my brother. That is my contribution for the day. Thank you.
All right, thank you. Thank you. The question on the table, the question on the other paper. Does the Prime Minister, with all his travels, does he need to report to the country when he does? Let's take a phone call, yes. Some people say yes, he needs to. Other people no, say no. A message here on Facebook reads, Matt, once a government employee goes on business for the country must be informed. How many private trips does Mr. Scary take? Stop drinking the Kool-Aid. I can't tell you how many trips he make privately, but of course, he has, I'm sure, like everybody has a holiday, so he may want to travel with his family. I don't think he has to report that if it's a private, say he's out of the country. On the telephone, good morning to you. We have Dr. Laurent coming up. Of course, the Manhood series coming up in a while. We'll find out just what is going on. It's 9:36, Dominic, and 9:36. We'll be taking more of your phone calls. In the next few minutes, we'll be talking to Dr. Laura about the Manhood series coming up. Of course, somebody says, Matt, yes, if the government, if he's on government business, he should inform the state because he's traveling with state property, the bodyguard or the police officer. I think sometimes he does travel with police officers, but not all the time. Matt Ruzzi was traveling to seek funds and make economic connections for Dominica. There was no CBI then. All of Ruzzi's travel and connections he made benefited Dominica to this day. Now, we're not talking about private trips. We're talking about public. Good morning, Matt. This is another level of disrespect. Skerrit is evil and full of greed. This man increased his salary by 30%. On top of hefty salaries he's already getting. On top of that, he's out of the country 90% of the time he receives a stipend. This man is riding the country really dirty, but his reign must end and he will pay back. Now, you didn't take note, huh? The recent news conference, there was another 8% promise to public officer. You know, he will get part of that as well. He's a public. The question is asked whether he will receive that 8%. Yes, he will. But Dominica will talk a little more sometime later. You know, I have a new host just for today on the, I wouldn't necessarily say he's new, but he'll be there for the 2 hours. Sean Douglas will be back this afternoon there for between 1 and 3. Local Dominica, Sean will be back this afternoon from 1 to 3. Stick around. Mr. Sean Douglas will be back on the Talk on the Block. Interesting surprise, huh? We're gonna come back after this.
Leadership Solutions presents Manhood Volume 2 under the theme Winning Through Relationships. Come to the DAPD Auditorium, Canal Lane, Goodwill, Dominica. This Saturday, October 11th, come learn effective techniques of crucial conversations and conflict resolution. To register, call Matt at 295-767-225-6417. Hosted by Dr. Kevin Laurent and Associates.
All right, Dominica, we're here with Mr. Kevin Laurent, of course, doctor. Don't remove that doctor in front there. The Manhood series continues this weekend, and Dr. Laurent is here in person, live, right here at studios of Q95. How are you doing, sir? How are you?
Good morning, Matt. Good morning, and good morning to your listeners as well.
When you told me can you walk? I was like, are you here? Okay.
Yeah, I came in here yesterday evening.
All about me.
And beautiful Dominica again. It's such a beauty, boy, I tell you.
I was happy that you could join us live this morning.
Yeah, I'm happy to be here in studio with you, looking at you right across from me here, Matt. I'm happy to talk about what's coming up. So.
Okay. And you know who's joining us again? Another big surprise. Carlton Lando is on the telephone. Carlton, good morning to you. How you doing?
Good morning to you, and good morning to all our listeners at this time. I know that this voice has been a voice that may have been missing for a while.
Of course, Carlton. We miss you. So everything is good?
But the voice is still there. The voice is still there. Good morning, everybody. Good morning. I'm so happy to be joining Dr. Laura, particularly in this amazing venture that we have planned for Dominican men. and we are in for a treat this weekend. I know that you're going to be there. I know Franklin is going to be there as well, and I'm sure you're going to bring at least 2 other men with you.
I'm going to encourage them, definitely. But let's talk to Dr. Laura there. Doctor, just give us a synopsis of what's taking place this weekend. We need to know.
Well, Matt, it's at on Saturday, October the 11th. It's going to be at the auditorium in Goodwill on Canal Lane. It's called the DAPD Auditorium. And we are starting from 8:30 to 4:30. It's a full day of activities among men. Very exciting. Lots of gifts and prizes and learning and interactive activities. So men are going to come out of that differently from how they came. And so we're excited. We had a version of it sometime in the recent past, and we've been asked to present it again. And so we come in with a different flair. Yes.
Okay. Well, Carlton, I know you were there last year, and I'm sure you had a great experience.
Oh, definitely, Matt. It is something that I've been very passionate about. We've seen, so many issues relating to our male figures here in Dominica and the world by extension. Even last night, I had a discussion with some people, and we were talking about the marginalization of men and what is happening with our men. And we are here to lend support. We know that the way men are socialized is very different from the way women are socialized. We know that the challenges that impact men are very different from that impacts women. And so this is what this symposium is all going to be about. How do we navigate from the challenges that bombards us each day as men? Many of us are breadwinners. We are fathers. There is a lot of pressure associated with these types of leadership roles. And oftentimes when we suffer in silence. It's very difficult for us to cry. It's very difficult for us to find an avenue where we can be ourselves and express the challenges that we're facing. And this symposium gives you that opportunity to do so. But even more so, it equips you with the knowledge base and technical skills that are essential for you to be able to apply to your everyday challenges to make smarter decisions, better practical ways of dealing with these challenges. And I'm so happy this year in particular, this time around, we have focused a bit on mental health and how we can improve our mental wellness as men. We know for a fact that the suicide rate is higher in men than women, though more women attempt suicide, but more men are successful. We've seen, even our statistics have shown that more men are incarcerated than women. More men are afflicted with substance abuse than women. More men get into violent activity than women. And so when we see these types of statistics, it is of concern. And so that's why this symposium is here to meet that need. And so if you're a man and you're listening to us and you've not registered, we are giving you the opportunity to register. We are giving you the opportunity to be part of this. It doesn't matter your age. It doesn't matter your occupation, what you do. There is no discrimination at this forum, and we're giving you the opportunity to be in a safe space with only men, and we will be discussing all of these.
All right. So what is different about this approach than last year, Dr. Laurent?
Well, the first session, the volume 1, was more an introduction to what could be. And now we have gotten our feet wet with it, Matt, and people have kind of asked for the things that are more of concern to them. And we've compiled a set of topic areas that we are going to indulge ourselves in. For example, Carlton mentioned the mental health issue. One of the other things that is critical at this point is our conflict resolution strategies. And especially that's why we're encouraging the mature men to bring in younger men among us so that we can collectively discuss and come up with new methods of resolving issues and conflicts among us. That also will be preempted by what you call crucial conversation and crucial confrontation. So these are topics that we are really going to mull over with exercises. What is it to hold a crucial?
Is there an age range you're targeting? Doctor?
Anywhere from 17 or up. We do not, I think from 17 years old up to adulthood.
Because somebody's asking, why don't you, I should ask you whether you're considering maybe asking Asa Banton to bring the young people to that conference.
Well, that's why we call it Manhood Series. It is just the second volume. We intend to continue this. This is for the foreseeable future. God's willing, if we, as long as we understand and we listen to the people's cry, we're going to. Training there's no limit. I'm a professional leadership trainer, and there are many things in my arsenal that I can bring. But I want to customize everything to suit Dominica, and so these conflict resolution and mental health issues are becoming of critical concern to us. And so these will be covered in very great detail. And it's not a lecture, Matt. It's really a workshop, interactive, very collaborative. And so that's what makes it more exciting.
All right. So again, if you're 17 and above, you can register. That's the point.
Yes, correct. And you can register through Matt. You can call the radio station. There are several of us. There are several links going on through people's brother Jack. Pastor Jack has that as well. Carlton Lando. Any of us, Amelia, Joseph Dennis or Dennis Joseph on Esquire Square. And you meet any one of us and you can ask about how to register. But it's going to be at the auditorium in Goodwill, the DAPD, on Saturday.
And of course, again, it's just $20 to register?
Well, if you have it, bring it. But what is exciting, Matt, is there will be a display of men's essentials on a table display of important things men can use. And you just pick up a piece and make a contribution to it. That could be another way you could contribute to the expenses of the symposium. There'll be a lot of good stuff that men can walk away with. Apart from the prizes that you will win, there are some things that are just, hey, take that and put a contribution. And that.
All right, Carlton, you seem like you're looking forward to this big, of course, workshop there on Saturday.
Definitely, Matt. I am actually out of Dominica, but I am looking forward to that. I will be home in time for it. Because it is something that is so essential, particularly right now. It is really essential, and I think that getting the right tool set to be able to forge ahead, to be able to make wiser decisions as men, I think that is priceless. With Dr. Laura's experience, with his vast information that he has, I believe that we cannot go wrong with that. And other men will also get the opportunity to share and to discuss and to ask questions. It's going to be a very open forum whereby...
I'm happy you're saying that, Carlton, because when I attended last year, it was an eye-opener. You know that men had so much to talk about.
Definitely, Matt. And you know that I shared a part of my story at that symposium, and many people were surprised. They were quite surprised.
Yes.
And so, we will give you that opportunity again, whereby you might be able to share, certain parts of your own existence and the challenges that you have encountered, and maybe to get some success stories too, as to you may have been in a situation where maybe you did something in your life that was really, problematic, and now that you have resolved it and you can be of encouragement to another man that might be afflicted with a similar situation, then, that you get the opportunity to do that and to share that story as well. So it's going to be very interactive. I'm looking forward to it on Saturday morning, or through Saturday, and we are really opening the space for as many men to attend, and it's not an elderly an elderly forum. It is for all men, as Dr. Laura said. We're targeting men from 17 years and above to be part and parcel of this amazing men's upliftment symposium this coming Saturday.
Again, how often will we have those series, Doc?
As often as the resources provide. I mean, I have one thing I want to give credit to a lot of the sponsors, American friends of mine who heard of what I've been doing in Dominica, and they have lent their support, financial support. So that is why the cost is minimal. Thank God we have that resource here. And so as long as it continues, I actually registered this company in the US as Manhood Series Inc. And it's a non-profit. And so I can solicit funds to continue doing as much of that as possible. I am also involved in some of that.
You feeling you need to give back to your country?
Yes, and I'm involved in doing it in Atlanta as well. But I am particularly passionate about spreading it into the Caribbean, especially Dominica, where the men have to be touched. And who is to do it but us? You see, leadership is intentional influence, man.
Mm-hmm.
And we have to be intentional about influencing the youth. And so that's where I take leadership seriously when I talk about leadership, personal leadership. Before you can be a people leader, you need to be a personal leader of yourself.
Mm-hmm.
And what does that mean? So we're going to explain those things in great detail and let people see, let me take a handle of myself first, and then I can lead. So yeah, that will be continuing for the foreseeable future.
I'm sure we'll be talking to you before of course, this Saturday, and we'll, of course, continue to encourage you to register, Dominica. This is what's going on there. This Saturday, come to that. And if you have a young man, or a man, if you will, you're a father, you want to participate, feel free to do so. The theme again, let's go over that again for the final time.
The Manhood Series, Let's Make Man. This is the series for this year, or this time around. It's about winning through relationships. We win. Men always want to win. Let's win through relationships.
All right. Carlton, any final words before you go?
Well, Matt, we have said it, and the ball is in your court now. If you really want something, if you have given me, if you put something, you stretch out your hand,
Mm-hmm.
and you offer me something, I have, two choices, either to put up my hand as well to receive it, or to keep my hands full. So we do hope that, we have present this to you. We hope that your arms are not folded, that you will actually reciprocate and receive it. We expect to see large numbers, a larger number than the last time, but we held it. And we really want it Saturday morning. Many people are not working on a Saturday, particularly if you're a civil servant, you're not working, and it's a good time to encourage your brother, your husband, your nephew to be part of this Manhood Series, to be part of what we're doing to encourage men to be the best version of themselves, to really be born leaders and be leaders of a difference, and be strong in mind, strong in body, strong in attitude. No matter what may come your way, that you will have that mindset that you can overcome and you can become the best version of yourself. So we really want to put that appeal out there, to be a part of our Manhood Series, and we are meeting this coming Saturday.
Carlton, looking forward to seeing you. Haven't seen you in a little while. So let's see you on Saturday.
I know that.
All right, take care now.
Yes,
take care.
Yes.
Dr. Laurent, thank you.
Thank you again, Matt. Thank you for your listeners, and appreciate you. Looking forward to seeing everyone on Saturday morning.
And don't forget to register. That's the appeal. So call me and register, okay?
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Presents Manhood Volume 2 under the theme Winning Through Relationships. Come to the DAPD Auditorium, Canal Lane, Goodwill, Dominica. This Saturday, October 11th. Come learn effective techniques of crucial conversations and conflict resolution. To register, call Matt at 295-767-225-6417. Hosted by Dr. Kevin Laurent and Associates.
Need one trusted place to stock up for your home, shop, or business? Fine Foods Inc. Distribution has got you covered. From dry goods and frozen foods to your favorite drinks, alcoholic and non-alcoholic, plus all the household must have. We've got it all under one roof. We're right here in Jimmy Dominica, and yet we deliver fast. Whether you're running a supermarket, a corner shop, a bar, or just like your pantry full and happy, Fine Foods Inc. brings you the best brands you know and love. Great prices, top tier service, trusted products. 255-6810 or 316-0164, or drop by our Jimmy location to check out what's in store. Fine Foods Inc.
Fine Foods Inc. The biggest distributor for the biggest brand. You don't know yet. You don't know yet.
Q95 FM has taken the responsibility to carry on the legacy of educating and sensitizing the nation on the greatest gift left to us by our ancestors, the Creole language. Q95 FM has pledged full support to the special Creole language consultation organized by Creole Handbook in collaboration with the University of the West Indies Global Campus, the Comité pour Études Creole, alias Française, and other partners. The theme, legitimizing Creole from vernacular to vehicle of identity, education, and development. Scheduled for the University of the West Indies Global Campus, Thursday, October 16th from 10 a.m. This consultation will bring together educators, linguists, cultural elders, and policymakers from Dominica, Guadeloupe, Martinique, St. Lucia, Haiti, and Trinidad to examine the future of Creole in Dominica and the wider Caribbean. Changez tout le monde! Watch la masala with Pise kay plus belle ak Ayla.
The ECCB is back. In the next few minutes, Dominica, stick around.
After working hard for many years in London, Goldwyn is now retired and back living in Dominica enjoying his pension. He toujours got smiles so we can see the gold teeth and toujours kayak. I met him coming out of Flosses with the help of some staff carrying different foods, drinks, and meats to his vehicle. Myself too fast to go and ask the man what's up. Is their story start? Après moi fini travail ouais, so that Kadimo descend Dominic pour finir la hamwe. I said, Goldwyn, speak in English, don't force it. Then he said, I shop with intelligence, yeah? At Flosses, you get the most reasonable prices. Quarter bag flour, rice, sugar, milk, beers, soft drinks, water, rum, and so much more. Prices and quantities to fit your needs, mate. Because you just come down and want to tell me what I know about Flosses already. That's where I shop. It's not you alone that want to save money but still get the quality goods. That's right. And if you're listening to this ad, go and check out Flosses for yourself. Next to the Rosal Market, you can't miss it.
Now opened on Sunday from 10 a.m. to 1.
Cultural and entrepreneurial explosion. The National Development Foundation of Dominica proudly presents their signature event, the 9th annual Creole in the Streets. On Friday, October the 17th, Great Marlborough Street will transform from 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. into the ultimate Creole marketplace. Come experience the wide variety of small businesses that fuel our economy, from agro-processors and food vendors to clothing, crafts, services, and plants. The variety is vast, the energy is vibrant, and the celebration is unforgettable. Don't miss the 9th edition of
Go to
Creole.
your favorite store, dial it now. 612-1253. That's Mega Deals. You can rely on Mega for some real deals on name brand clothing and electronics. High quality, low price. We are a wholesale and retail store located in Calabishi, right on the main road. Check us out on Facebook, Instagram at Mega Deals Dominica. Like our page. Check out our stuff. Call us. Visit us. Would appreciate that. Come try it on. Love it. Buy it at Mega Deals. Your one and only online and brick and mortar store. Mega Deals is also on wheels. We make it convenient for your shopping. We deliver straight to your door. Email us at info@megadealsda.com. Rely on Mega Deals for some real deals.
I see Goldwyn shopping for farming supplies. So I ask him, what are you doing inside Bloombox? You have a farm? He tell me, that's how hell sort. I've been married 37 years. Look at my money farm. He say, no, not woman. Like land for farming crops. And then you understand, Bloombox is the most affordable on island. Knapsacks starting at only $57.71. Elsewhere, it's $300 plus. Cutlass seeds, seeding trays, nursery pots, sales of potting mix, all at way better prices than anywhere else. Fertilizers, 3-in-1 multi-tool, and so much more. Located on Federation Drive, Goodwill. Second property on the right after the Valley Link Road and on the corner of Drury Lane and Hanover Street in Rosal. Bloombox. Let's bloom together.
Hassle-free loans for your every need. Cards have you covered, best believe. Cards ready cash, it's for everyone. Not to worry, fast approval. Hurry up and come. We got it all. We on the go. Cards ready cash, you already know. We got it all. We on the go. Cards ready cash, always ready. When you're ready, let's go.
Quartz Ready Cash. Ready when you are.
Hassle-free loans for your every need.
Commit to a secure financial future. Many of us start off on the right path to financial security, only to be waylaid by unhealthy spending habits that make us verve of course. Renew your commitments to what matters most to you financially. Remember, success is not made by how many financial goals you make, but how many you achieve. Create a new financial vision for yourself. If you keep looking back at all of the things that went wrong financially, you will lose faith. Learn to let go of your past financial mistakes by looking for the lesson in those mistakes from which you can benefit and create a clear mental picture of where you are headed now financially. Today's financial tip is brought to you by Financial Information Month partners. Create a spending plan. Yes, you must spend, but it should be guided by a plan. Impulse spending is a sure path to a financial disaster. It is for this reason that budgeting is important if you are to ensure that you are spending wisely. Create a spending plan, budget, that will guide you as to how you are going to spend your weekly or monthly income, and then stick to it. Action. It is often said that good things come to those who wait, but the problem is that no one ever knows how long the waiting period is. It could be weeks, months, or years, and you may not have the luxury of time to wait when you need funds urgently to pay for unexpected medical expenses, house repairs, or to meet your living expenses during retirement. Rather than waiting around for things to happen in your favor, get financially secure by making things happen. You can be financially secure and avoid going into financial ruin by planning mindfully. Set aside funds each month for your retirement by starting a retirement fund. Also, set aside funds to cover unexpected costs related to house repairs, health emergencies not covered by your insurance plan, and other necessities you would have to pay out of pocket. If you fail to plan to fail.
All right, Dominica, it's Financial Information Month. We have Heather from the ICWI.
Good morning.
And this morning, good morning to you. How you doing this morning?
I'm getting there with a flu, but I'm okay.
You're getting there with the flu. I don't know how that happened, but good morning to you. Good morning to you. How are you? Are you there, Heather?
Yes, I'm there.
Yes. So let's start the ball rolling there. What's happening there? As
Okay.
of course, we have partners here. Let's talk to let's talk to you this morning, of course, and introduce the partners that we have this morning.
Okay, so it's Financial Information Month again,
Mm-hmm.
and we would like to remind our listeners that Financial Information Month is original financial, economic, business, and entrepreneurial education campaign. And this campaign is executed in the ECCU countries, the Eastern Caribbean Currency Union, or the countries that use the EC. We use that as a tool to keep informing our member countries that we need to be financially educated in order to be financially secure. Today you are employed, but tomorrow you reach 60 or 65 and you have to retire. What then? The income that you gain from your salary at that time when you were younger and stronger, you would not have that income. So apart from just saving while you are employed, you have to start investing. Because of inflation, your savings of, let's say you have $10,000 today, your savings by the time of retirement, even if there is little interest added to it, would not have the same value. So if you invest in part of that $10,000, then you'd have a lot more and you'd be able to manage with the inflation that never seems to drop, it just seems to increase. So that's the reason why we want to keep informing our members of financial education, how important it is, and how they always have to keep updating themselves, updating their knowledge, and keeping with the financial trends. So we have some partners, we have some financial partners who take part. They contribute in cash, kind, and by means of giving information. I'll just call a few of them quickly. Well, the Eastern Caribbean Central Bank is our main sponsor. We have UE, Republic Bank, National Bank, NDFD, Sagicor, ICWI, Central Credit Union, Dominica Social Security, National Cooperative Credit Union, Pan American Insurance, Nagico, Domlec, Towasco, The League, Aid Bank, SurePay, Corpef, West Coast Credit Union, Flow, Finance Focus, Digicel. I just had to mention them quickly in the interest of time. But our partners have always been assisting and making themselves present. We have a few today. Who we have today? Central
and NDFD.
And NDFD. Okay, so today we have Central, NDFD, and myself, ICWI. So each of us will share with you what you need to know, and I hope that we'll get some questions that we'll be willing to answer.
Well, I'm hoping that, of course, yes, I think they're ready to answer. We have some competent persons there from the Central Cooperative Credit Union and, of course, NDFD. Let's say good morning to them this morning. How are you doing, guys?
Very good morning, Matt, and good morning to all of the Central members out there in Radio Land. A very pleasant good morning. It's great to be with you today.
NDFD?
Morning, everyone. Morning, everyone. You know, Damien here. Well, I cannot say members because everyone is, everyone I can say is a potential client or has had some success story or benefited from someone who has dealt with NDFD in the past. So good morning, and we hope to impart some knowledge. You know, some things you may know, some things you may not know. Information is something that person should always be seeking. So that's why we're here today.
Okay, so let's get straight into it. Why did you choose to partner with this financial month or the ICWI?
Well, in terms of, as in our mandate at NDFD, it's about the development of small businesses, right? So unlike the other institutions like Central and the other financial institutions where persons have savings, the services are kind of limited to what we can offer. But it's always about, like what was shared earlier on, it's about encouraging persons how to make their money make money. Because the dollar you have today doesn't have the same value that it had in times past. So that's where we come in. So our main product is offering loans. We offer a variety of loans, agriculture, everything, even things we've had persons who come in who want to do trading. And those things call for heavy equipment And we encourage everything, even things that we are accustomed with, the regular, the agricultures, the agro processing, and so on. But any type of business, because the world is moving and we have to move along with it. In the right now, AI is taking over. Even things some persons may feel like some of their jobs, because let's take for example something like a business plan. If you didn't have any idea of how to do a business plan, but it depends on the information that you put into the software, it gives you your information, but it's still not cut and dry that you just take it to a financial institution, because it has to be unique to you. You have to put your own little twist. It has to be relevant to your business. But these are some of the things that are kind of changing the environment now for persons, because yes, at NDFD, apart from the loans, we offer business support services like projections, income statements, the same business plans, and so on. But tools are becoming available, and we're encouraging persons within the space where they're investing to become knowledgeable of things that can benefit them, save some money. You understand? So I have more to share, but I'm just going to allow. But before you leave, you asked me one question. So why did we partner?
Yes.
I think it's always an ongoing journey. So anytime the bell rings, we're always here to answer the call, because that is our mandate, to help educate persons about things that they can do, and the level of investment they can do, and why we are here to support them in that.
All right. So tell us a little more before I move to Mr. Harrigan. Tell us a little more about the NDFD. What's the mission there?
Well, the NDFD, like I said, is about, well, it was developed for persons who don't know. NDFD is older than I am.
Okay.
NDFD is a middle-aged institution, over 40 years. And it was developed by small business persons, for small business persons, because at the time there was a term, and my director likes to use it, persons who were considered unlendable to the banks and so on. So, but they had the ideas. You understand? But it's maybe they didn't have the level of security or all the requirements at the time that if bigger financial institutions were asking for. So that's why you had, may he rest his soul, Sir Philip Nassif, our first chairman. So these are some of the business persons who saw that gap, where the small and micro businesses needed some form of financial assistance, but we really took a chance on those small businesses, because like I said, the bigger institutions wanted specific requirements, but oftentimes these persons could not meet all those requirements, and NDFD assisted those persons, and I would say that has significantly impacted Dominica's economy.
All right.
Yeah.
Let's say good morning to Mr. Harrigan. How you doing?
Very good morning, man. I'm doing good, thank you.
Good. So why did the question I asked before? Why did the Central choose to partner this month, in Financial Information Month?
We chose to partner with the Financial Information Month as part of our education drive. One of the mandates of the credit union movement is financial literacy, financial education, educating our members about our products and services. That's one of the cornerstones of our credit union movement. Just to tell the listeners about some of the history of the Central Credit Union. The Central Credit Union was formed by the amalgamation of the Portsmouth Credit Union and the St. Alphonsus Credit Union. But just to give those folks out there a little history, the St. Alphonsus Credit Union was founded by Sister Alicia and the early pioneers of the credit union movement. And one of the reasons why the credit union was founded, it was founded to give the poor person a chance. It was founded to elevate the entire person, from foundation to finish. Because at that point in time, at that stage in Dominica, a lot of folks were not able to access credit in terms of building a house or being able to buy land. So that is where Central is at, and that is our continuing mission. Our mission is elevating the person, allowing people to access financial tools that they would not be able to otherwise access, and making the ease of access as seamless as possible.
No. Let's because I like the merger that took place there between Central and Portsmouth.
Yeah.
But the question is, and I'm sure many people are keep asking, why as the credit union? I don't know if you can answer that question. I mean, and that may be flying over your head. Why has the credit union become more like a bank? Can you speak to that question?
Well, that's rather subjective in a sense. I wouldn't say like a bank, but I would say just as our fellow panelist was alluding to, our
Mhm.
panelist from the insurance company, you have inflationary exigencies. You have different economic shocks, headwinds that all of the institutions have to face. So, in light of those things, institutions have to make certain arrangements to both protect the institution and the member. So that's where people would maybe have the impression, of a bank, but in terms of our operations, in terms of our hierarchical structure, it's completely different from a bank. In terms of and what you can attest to that, in terms of how we do things at Central, it is very personal between the loans officer and the member. At some of the other institutions, it's not really that
It's
personal.
just too much directed.
Yeah.
That's what you can say. No, somebody can put the same question to NDFD. If people think that it was easier getting, financial assistance from the NDFD before time. Or how do you respond to that?
Well, the processes still remain the same.
Mhm.
And if you look at the requirements,
You don't think it's become tighter?
I wouldn't say tighter, but just like he alluded to, you have to protect the institution and its ability to continue what it was opened or meant to do,
Mhm.
and continue serving the persons that are currently clients of NDFD. Unlike the financial institutions, the banks and the credit unions, and I stressed on this sometime last week, we do not have the luxury, and I call it a luxury, of person savings. Because even me, when I get paid, my payment doesn't get stored at NDFD. It goes to NBD and the credit union.
Right.
Understand? So the ability to, or the access to funds is different because our structure, and that's why we employ the persons who take loans with NDFD, that our existence and the ability to continue the mandate that we have at NDFD is dependent or reliant on them paying back those loans. But then like he said, we have the economic shocks, different things happens. You have things like COVID that probably caused some businesses to close altogether, or some businesses who employed persons. Well, we've seen some. Let's take the example like the call center.
Okay.
Like the world moves, so when you have movement of those sort of jobs, but these persons were also our clients, you also have to factor in how do we secure these people and people who wanted it, because there's persons now who probably just finding out about NDFD, but we need to be in a financial situation where if you come for a loan, we need to be able to offer it to you, man.
Okay.
Right? So it's not being more difficult. It's just that maybe some of the requirements, because like I said, we were more, I can say, laxed, but it's not a negative thing because we understand different persons applying for different loans. Everybody's situation is different. And one of the things that a lot of persons can attest to is how NDFD has worked with them. And some people have even said, like, these are her words exactly, Terry Henry.
Okay.
She didn't understand why we gave her a loan. But
Okay.
look at her business today. You understand? So it's not just about the black and white. We see deeper and further than just that. But as with anything else right now, you have to be very particular and try to meet as many of the requirements as possible to put you in better stead.
Heather, any comments from you at this time? You've heard the discussion thus far.
Yes. Well, you were asking why they partnered. Well, why ICWI partnered? First of all, we are always interested in educating our members. Insurance is one of the most misunderstood field. So we take every opportunity to educate the members. It's not just about promoting ICWI, but it's a lot about educating our members. So anywhere education is there, that's where we are. And we always want to let our clients. You see, I am both with Central and ICWI, so I
Right.
always confuse the clients with the members. Okay, so our clients, we always try to ensure that they are educated, and we always want to remind them that whenever you have an issue or problem, some technicality that you want explained, do not hesitate to call us.
So the question to you is, just a basic question is why do I have to be insured?
Well, first of all, you have to be insured for peace of mind. You don't want to know that this pretty house that you built, that if something happens, you have to pay that loan that existing for that property and still find more money to build new property. So that is one of the main reasons why you need to be insured. You need to protect your property. We have this culture where when we have a loan, the loan makes it mandatory that you insure. So we pay insurance for the duration of the loan. And when the loan ends, we stop paying insurance. This is something that we have to change because from the last Maria, how we call it, the last, I'm looking for the C word. The last catastrophe. The last catastrophe we had, Hurricane Maria. Some people, it really broke my heart to see that some people who had been paying for years had stopped paying, and that is when they first got any damage to their house, and some of them lost their property. It was really sad to see that. So if that doesn't answer why you should be insured, well, I don't know what will.
Now, some people might say, well, I have been paying insurance for all my life and I never benefited. That's the other side of the story too.
That's true, but insurance, but you never know when. And also insurance is a pool. One person's premium cannot cover the risks and the accidents and the disasters that can happen. It takes a pool of people to keep insuring so that when one or two or any amount from that pool has damage, that they can get paid. So that is true that you may never have a claim, but you had that peace of mind that if you had a claim, you would get paid. You had that peace of mind. So that's why I said
the argument also can be, well, I have that peace of mind, but I'm not getting my money back, right?
But you can't get your money back for when you pay for a service. You paid for a service. If I pay Q95 for my advertisement, I'm not going to get my money back.
You're getting a service.
I'm getting the service from Q95 for paying for the ad.
Are we speaking apples and oranges here?
No. It's the same thing because listen, I would pay Q95 for an ad. They would advertise. But what if I make no money from that ad? So you see it comes to the same. It's not apples and oranges at all. It's the same. You paid for the service. So you got that service from Q95. You got your product advertised. But what if you make no money from that advertisement?
Let's take a call because that argument can go on forever. Let's take a call. Hello. Yes.
Morning, Matt. All I want to say is morning to Mr. Harrigan and the Central Cooperative Credit Union. That is my financial institution of choice. I love them and they love me bad. They even love me more than I love them. That's all I want to say. And I can advise and advertise for them. It was $0.00. Dominicans go to Central, they're warm and friendly. You see them back and forth and yourself getting agitated. We just do that by Central. We just do that by Central. We warm. Warm like us. That's a load I got you.
Well, no morning to me. Wow.
No morning. Just Mr. Harrigan, you want to say too? Huh? Good morning too. All right. Yeah, but the argument, but you see my point. We can of course a lot of people say, well, I don't benefit from insurance, so why pay insurance? So you can speak to that. But yes, go ahead. Yeah.
I can kind of align it to business loans because I grew up on the West Coast, small fishing community in Biosh, and growing up, the persons would have taken advice from the elderly. So one of the things they said was, don't take insurance and don't take loans. These people are just going to take your money. Right. So
I hear that too. Yeah.
So the misconception is when you seek financial intelligence, the persons who have made the most money in the world always advise it's better to use other people's money to make money. Right? Because let's take, for example, you've worked all your life and you have your savings, your life savings. Now you have a business idea, right? You have a business idea. This business idea can maybe draw down everything that you have saved for your entire life. But your business is not a sure win, right? Nothing is a sure win. The only thing that's sure is that one day we wake up, one day we won't. That's the only things that are sure.
True.
Right? So what happens is you take your life savings, you invest it, and things don't work out. Or maybe the time that you invested in something that was making a lot of money, the tide changed, COVID happened, something happened, and then you lost all. The entire situation will be different if you leverage the financial institutions, right? Like the NDFD, like the credit unions and the banks. Because you would be taking that sum of money to become operational with advice, because there's always a level of consultation and a level of expertise from these institutions. Because most of the businesses, we've seen them, they're just a run of the mill, right? What happens is you have that amount of funds, you're operational, and what you pay back monthly is something that you can handle, because you would have had that discussion based on your projections of how much you'll be making monthly after the first year, second year, so on. That is something that the business could even could pay for itself, as compared to the risk of losing everything. So you still have your life savings there, because things happen, and as sure as anything, it will happen. They say that anything, Murphy's law, anything that can go wrong will eventually go wrong. So
Okay.
as long as you're living, things are going to happen. If you see you are tight, all your money is stuck into something, there's going to come a point where you're going to need a loan, because some persons they don't like it, because just like me, I don't like owing people. But when you understand that you're using money to do something for yourself, it's to ease you into something, to provide a level of comfort. Probably you want to purchase a vehicle, probably you want to buy a new couch, whatever it is, but you don't have access to the funds. The financial institutions are there to offer you that level of ease and a payment plan that is something that you can accommodate. So that is something that persons need to understand. And I don't know, in terms of if you win if you win the blast or you win the Super Six, you can pay it off. But at least you have some level of security there in your own savings, and whatever you're paying monthly is something you can accommodate.
All right. Let's I'll take a break. We'll come back. We're having an interesting discussion. There's Financial Information Month. ICWI is on the telephone. Heather, we're going to come back to you in a minute, so stick around. We have a lot more to, of course, discuss as we move forward. Stick around.
Okay.
Many of us start off on the right path to financial security, only to be waylaid by unhealthy spending habits that make us verve of course. Renew your commitments to what matters most to you financially. Remember, success is not made by how many financial goals you make, but how many you achieve. Create a new financial vision for yourself. If you keep looking back at all of the things that went wrong financially, you will lose faith. Learn to let go of your past financial mistakes by looking for the lesson in those mistakes from which you can benefit, and create a clear mental picture of where you are headed now financially. Today's financial tip is brought to you by Financial Information Month partners. Create a spending plan. Yes, you must spend, but it should be guided by a plan. Impulse spending is a sure path to a financial disaster. It is for this reason that budgeting is important if you are to ensure that you are spending wisely. Create a spending plan, budget, that will guide you as to how you are going to spend your weekly or monthly income, and then stick to it.
This is Financial Information Month. Heather, we coming back to you.
Yes, and at this point,
Go ahead.
At this point, I'm taking the opportunity to remind our listeners that we are in the hurricane season. So ensure that your policy is up to date, but also take further steps to protect your environment. Look for trees that are close by in case like they get branches get broken off during a storm or high wind, that they are not able to damage your property. Ensure you have hurricane shelters and your property is under good maintenance and care. Also, you may need to reevaluate your property to ensure that you are insured for the right amount. Because if you are underinsured, you know the rest. So you want to ensure that if you had an extension, if you made any changes that would affect the value of your property, that you re-estimate that property and come and visit your insurance company for a new policy. And let me see. Oh yes, so property insurance is what I want to talk about today.
Yes, go ahead.
Because we are in the hurricane season, and even looking outside, I can see how overcast and cloudy it is. So it's never too far.
Well, let me ask you a question, because a lot of people, especially during the hurricane season, they say, "Well, I've insured my house, I've been paying monies." There's always a question. I've been paying monies for all my life, and all of a sudden, my house got damaged and I'm not properly, paid back for the value or whatever it is. Because a lot of people don't understand the word underinsured. So please explain some of that for us.
Okay. If your property is worth $200,000, but you insure that property for $100,000, you have underinsured it by a whole $100,000. So if that property is lost, total loss, you cannot get $200,000 to rebuild that property because that's not what you insured for. That's not what you paid for. So you get what you pay for. If you have partial damage, let's say on a $200,000 property, the windows got damaged and the windows value of all the windows that are damaged came to $10,000. You still cannot get a full $10,000 because you insured the property for 50% less than it is worth. So you would get 50% less for your damage. So however you look at it, if you insure your property for less than the actual value, you are going to get less in your claim.
All right. So I hope you're all there. You're understanding. You need to insure. You're still in the hurricane season, and you have to make sure that your property is insured at this time. But how do you explain? Somebody said to me just I think a couple of weeks ago, Matt. Every year it seems that insurance is going up. How do you explain that?
Well, for auto insurance, I can tell you that the frequency and high fatality of the accidents that we are having, that is causing our reinsurers to increase our rates. And when our rates increase, of course, we have to increase the rates for the clients. So that is an opportunity to tell our clients to drive carefully. And Dominica, by extension, let us drive carefully so that we can reduce the insurance premiums for auto. For property, the reinsurers are saying that we are in the path of the hurricane. We are always getting hurricanes in that region, and they use Maria for an example as how devastating hurricanes are in that area. So the rates keep increasing. I mean, it's not our fault. It is nature that is causing the hurricanes, but they're looking at risk, just like we as the insurance company look at risk. The reinsurers do the same thing. They look at risk. So if they figure you are a higher risk, they increase your rates. So when they increase our rates, of course, we have to collect that money. So we have to increase the rates of the clients.
Just hold on. Somebody's calling with a telephone call. Are you there? Yes?
Yes.
Good morning.
Morning.
Yeah, I just want to respond to one of the things the lady just said in terms of reinsurers increasing rates because of hurricanes. No matter, of late, a lot of people have been building what they call resilience. In other words, they are taking the chance and purchase hurricane-rated windows. They have installed, their roofs are made to the standard that planning would require. Some of them even have concrete roofs. So the windows, doors, the roofs are to a standard higher than what you normally have. So there are hurricane-rated windows, there are hurricane-rated doors. However, the insurances still keep it at a rate as if your house was never designed or built, taking into consideration these type of conditions. So why am I investing thousands and thousands of dollars into getting hurricane-rated materials for my house?
Resistant. Yes. You're saying you're doing resilient building now.
Sorry?
I say you're basically making the point that you're into resilient building, so you're making it strong.
Yeah, resilient building, yet the rate of the insurance is remaining the same. In other words, they're saying no matter what you have done, our rate is that. That I don't think is fair, and this needs to be checked because the normal windows cost probably 50% less than hurricane-rated windows. The roof that you would have spent, instead of putting 2x6s, you put 2x8s. Instead of putting a timber roof, you put a concrete roof. So you have make sure that your house is hurricane quote-unquote proof. Yet the insurances are saying to you still have to pay the same rate. I want somebody to explain that to me, please. Thank you.
Very important question there. Yes,
yes, very important question.
Yes,
What I can tell the gentleman is that each client that comes to our insurance company for a policy, they are assessed on their own information. The reason why we ask you to bring an estimate is that we can look at how your building is structured, what you use, if you have fire alarms, if you have concrete roof, if you have protection on your windows. All these factors and variations are taken into consideration when providing you with a rate. However, when the insurance increase our base rates, the base rate will increase, but we give you discounts for having certain measures in place. So you're not going to be paying the same amount of money that somebody else with a less secured home is paying. You actually will pay more if your building is less secured. The same reason that we ask if you, or we assess where you live. If you live on a slope where there is possibility of landslip, if you live within 100 feet from a body of water, whether it be a river or sea, we take everything into consideration as underwriters. So that is reflected in your premium. We do not just put a blanket premium on everything. So yes, we do consider what measures you have taken to secure your home.
All right, interesting answer there. But let's go back to the NDFD and of course the central. When you give loans, there's some insurance coverage there as well, huh? Yes. Okay.
Yes, Matt. Insurance forms part of our mortgage loans. It also forms part of our motor vehicle loans. As our partner from ICWI was saying, under insurance is a very critical thing. She was explaining that, if the worst case scenario were to happen, you're not going to get the full amount of coverage that you would expect to get for obvious reasons because you are underinsured. And that is also something that we try to educate the members about. The members, they, in the short term, they're looking at the increase in the premium because the insurance would form part of your monthly payment, whether it's a mortgage, whether it's a motor vehicle loan. But what we explain to them down the line is you try to plan for the unexpected. Life is very dynamic. Life is very fluid. It's never apples and oranges all the time. There are the times where things get rough, and in a scenario where, for example, your property is maybe completely destroyed, you would have wished that, when I was maybe speaking with my loans officer, I wish I maybe should have increased my coverage, should have increased my premium, because right now you're maybe in a situation where you now have to try to scramble to see if you can get a refinance on the loan and all of those things there. And then sometimes the additional on the loan for the repairs is sometimes a fraction of what the insurance premium increase would have been. So sometimes we try as much as possible to make the members in the moment understand that you are preparing for an eventuality, but that eventuality can have very grave consequences. So it's best to cover yourself fully. So if the worst case were to happen, that you are fully secured. And we try to make the members understand and appreciate that as much as possible, because in relation to the credit union, it's a two-way street. It's a two-way street in the sense of that property or vehicle, it's yours, it's in your name, but it's also our security as well. We want to make sure, for reasons of collateral, that our security is fully insured or fully secured, and that's one of the most critical things.
NDFD, you do the same for?
Well, we don't do mortgages, but we do vehicle loans, large equipments, and so on. And
go ahead.
Yes, so we do encourage this, especially for the vehicle loans. It has to be insured. That's a given. Large equipment, we will require that, because just like you said, it's part of our, how would I say it? Though it's yours, but if something happens to it that can be covered, it puts both you and NDFD in a tough spot. So where we can secure, we secure it. But we also encourage, so this one is not mandatory. So this is part of the intelligence aspect, that there are different types of liability insurance for certain types of businesses. So especially, let's take, for example, we are a big tourism industry, booming industry here in Dominica. So where you deal with a lot of persons who have a culture where they like to sue.
Okay.
You understand? So you need
you have to cover yourself.
Cover yourself, because in the blink of an eye, you could have been operating for years, and one lawsuit has wiped out everything that you worked for.
On the telephone, are you there? Oh, I'm sorry, somebody was trying to call in, but you can give us a call back, 449-30-95-96 and 97. Is there anything else you want to add? Because somebody's making a kind of comment there. Let me see if I can read that for you. Good morning, Matt. Then people want more clientele for their business, but as soon as you enter and take a loan, according to your situation, and you are late and time and late for payments, they're ready to take get your lawyer and take lawyer and send you lawyer paper. I have nothing cares for nothing. We can go on great beyond with anything but love of Jesus. This is basically somebody saying, sometimes you guys take advantage, and before you stop payment, they want to send lawyer paper. So is that your approach there at the credit union? You're quick to give lawyer paper?
In terms of our approach to those sorts of things, we are very member centric. So we try to understand the members' particular circumstance before we would escalate to that level. And there are many things we can do to, ameliorate.
So you give them time.
We give them time because there are different things we can do. We can restructure loans. We can drop the interest rate because, for example, if a person was working a particular job and they were making X amount, and maybe they hit some hard times, they're working a new job, and they are not able to meet that existing installment that they would have signed for, we can, reduce the rate to give them a payment that now suits their reality now.
You're not quick to send any lawyer paper for them.
No, that's
you take your time.
That's not the case.
I'm just trying to, of course, speak to the. Hello, talk to me on the telephone. Yes. Caller. Nobody's there. Let's try another call. Are you there, caller? Yes, hello.
Yes, I'm here again, Matt.
Yeah.
I'm the PR over Central. Imagine you can deliberately agree you cannot pay the loan. Central breaking it down for you, like in the lowest terms. Boy, the lawyer paper, that is for the other institutions, not Central. Not Central.
Oh, that one is definitely your PRO there. But yes, so you and NDF did the same. I mean, yes. Let's go back to you. Are you quick to take a lot of people to court on these matters?
So I would say no.
No.
And
Okay.
it has sometimes worked against us given the structure in terms of
It's
the
a people's
revolving
movement.
funds.
Okay.
So we always encourage persons to just communicate with us. Oftentimes, let's say you lose your job, you have the loan. So then a month passes, 2 months passes, 3 months passes, then recoveries officer or maybe even the loan officer, when over reviewing your accounts, is that you have not made any payments. Try reaching out. Some persons go AWOL, man. Some persons dock you if you pass in the village, they go hiding, they're not at their home, they never
Really?
know. These are the realities of when you give people loans. But I must say, and a lot of persons can attest to it, that we are one of the most relaxed in terms of that aspect, because nothing from nothing is nothing. But every rope has an end. And like we said, if the more and more persons who become delinquent puts other persons applying for loans at a disadvantage, right? So we're just encouraging persons, and that's why we know the realities, we know things change. We just encourage open communication. That's one of the things. And just like the credit union, we do restructuring. We can give you a grace period depending on the situation. And one of the pros, the benefits of NDFD is our business support aspect. Because one of the things that we have realized is some persons have great ideas or great services, but there are a lot of other administrative things that maybe they're failing on, which is causing them to probably lose funds. So in terms of understanding probably who the clientele is, how should they market, things that they're not doing that could possibly encourage more sales for those businesses. These are things that we offer free of charge.
No, somebody's that's for you to defend, and I don't think in the credit union is this. That question was for the credit union at all. Man, the NDF is asking so much of poor people that are trying to make ends meet. How do you defend that? The person is saying that you're trying to take too much from us. How do you defend that?
But I can say clearly. So if we're talking about business loans, right?
Yeah.
Just like the other institutions, I guess the thing is, because we are active, most persons are coming to us directly.
Okay.
So when they get the requirements, they feel like it's just NDFD asking for this.
Right.
So just as anywhere, we need your 2 picture IDs, your proof of address. If you're employed, your job letter, salary slips. If not, it's not an issue because you're looking to start a business. Depends on the amount of cash. That if it's a new business, you're going to need a business plan. And what we have done, just as we understand that the cost of a business plan is expensive, depending on the value of the loan that you're trying to take, we can even recommend a business model canvas, which is cheaper.
Okay.
You can get that done. We have someone doing that at NDFD as well for just over $200. right? So that will give you access to getting the loan. And the main thing that persons have difficulty with is getting someone to co-sign the loan for them.
Okay.
Because as in anything, we need a level of security for ourselves as well, because we do not have a savings where persons can save with us. And I think that the requirements that we have are the same across the board with all financial institutions.
Mm-hmm.
But even with some of that, depending on, because we have seen great ideas, and the loan officers would lobby to the manager and to the director, hey, this person probably cannot put up X amount of security, or they cannot get a guarantor, but they have this job, they're showing that they've been making money. We make a lot of exceptions, man.
Mhm.
And that is something I can stand on. And I mean, everybody has their own scenario. And as in anything else, you'd find somebody having a negative experience,
Okay.
speaking out more, but that is not
But
what the general consensus is.
But the issue is that you feel comfortable that you're treating the people in the right way.
Definitely, because like I said, a lot of the persons, most times, they would go to their savings institution first, and they come to us as a last resort.
Okay.
Oftentimes, that's what happens.
Mhm.
And we make exceptions for things that the other institutions are hell-bent on, that we need this or we cannot assist you. I can say that for a fact. We help, and helping businesses, helping persons, because we're not in the, if we see that an idea
Mhm.
can make positive impact, it can generate income for the person to change their lives and potentially employ other persons. We are going, the officers themselves, you would have strong debates. You wouldn't see it on the outside. Strong debates happening
Mhm.
between the loan officers and managers, pleading to give that person the loan because they're seeing the potential in that sort of thing.
So you see the situation, you feel the situation.
Definitely. We work with persons and we lobby on their behalf.
How do you defend persons who say, well, I come and present a situation there, a proposal, and the loan officer don't understand my vision? How do you speak to that? You know, a lot of people, boy, Matt, that loan officer jealous of me because I put in something forward. You hear that all the time. Because I go and try to get a loan to open some business, and the loan officer don't understand my concept. How do you deal with that?
Well, one of the main things to answer that is anybody coming for a loan. So it's not just how you speak. You need to be able to communicate that on your actual business plan, that anybody who reviews it.
Okay.
Because if you have a query, you can come to us and say, I'd like to speak to a manager.
Mhm.
So your business plan hasn't changed. So if there's an agenda against you, it will clearly be seen. You have a viable business idea,
Mhm.
all your other requirements, you can provide them, so we can assist you. But I cannot say that that is something that well, not to my knowledge.
Because I can come to you. You are you're one officer.
Yeah.
Mr. Harrigan is a different officer. I come to you and present my idea. You might not understand, but then I go to Mr. Harrigan, who understands where I'm coming from. So how do you maneuver around that?
So again, that's why I come back to the business plan. And all our loan officers are loan officers for more than 10 years, some 15, some closer to 20.
Right.
Right. So it's not just no novices. We have no loan officers who are novices. So it's very difficult for you to come and try to pitch an idea. Like I say, unless it's something that is maybe, let's say, crypto or something that we're not familiar with. So we have to become, okua about that sort of thing. But we will understand, but your business plan will speak for itself. You wouldn't even need to speak if your business plan captures everything that's necessary.
Any comments at this time? But the telephones are now going now. Hello, are you there, caller? Let's see if we can take a phone call. Are you there? Yes. Yes.
Matt, I must call back because why? You feeling vindicated because why? And there's the last institution. If it had another one, they would be last too. Because Central is it. That is why you're trying to shade Mr. Harrigan and talking about novice and say Mr. can walk in Mr. Harrigan's shoes. But Central.
Well, what is he talking about? He's not attacking anybody here. So stay away from that discussion. He's not attacking anybody, okay? Let's take a voice now.
Matt,
Yeah.
I had a brother. He
Yes.
want to.
You what?
Oh, he want to buy a cat to sell, right?
Mhm.
And he went to them some years back, and they give him boy hells. I give him $10,000 to deposit as a deposit as a security.
Mhm.
They're still asking for more. They're asking for signatures. They're asking for all kind of things. A young person, I want to start a business. Eventually, they didn't give it to him. He ended up leaving Dominica and go. I don't worry with them people.
Who's they? Who's the day?
I remember a time I wanted a loan from them. They sent me to all banks to get all kind of loans, and they still refuse me. So what are they talking about? Don't worry with them people. They just like the bank. They like everyone, all of them. They even worse than the bank.
Some pressure there. Good morning to you, Heather. Are you still there? Yes. Yes. Are you
Yes,
there?
I'm there. I'm
Go
there.
ahead.
And as we are
you
approaching
listening
closing
with
time,
increase there, boy. Hello. Yes.
as we approach it closing time, let me
Yes.
remind our general public of the activities that we have.
Okay.
So every morning we'll have the financial tips on the radio stations. And tomorrow, Wednesday, we will be on MO News from 6:30 to 8:30 p.m. And Thursday 9th, DBS Radio 9:30 a.m. And at 7 p.m. that same evening, UWIS lecture. And
Okay. Let me just ask a question before we wrap up here this morning.
Okay.
I think that question is more for the financial institutions with us this morning. Somebody says, what are these institutions providing for farmers, for example, whose cash flow may be seasonal, 6 months on, 6 months off? Can they work with that? Can you speak to that? The farmers, what do you provide for the farmers? Seasonal. Are you there? Go ahead. Yes, I'm asking the questions.
Yes, Mr. Matt. So we do offer business agricultural loans at the Central Credit Union. We would want documentation. As a self-employed person, farmer self-employed, we want some documentation in terms of receipts. What they are doing on the farm. What the cash flow and whatnot is like, and then just like my colleague at NDFD was alluding to, we assess everything and then we tailor a package to meet the member or meet the customer where they are. And Matt, I just wanted to touch on something that my colleague here was alluding to. We were talking about, people having difficulties with payments and those things. Just like my colleague at NDFD was saying, I think the most critical thing is communication, because sometimes people go AWOL, people go MIA, missing in action.
Yes.
And it becomes quite tedious for the delinquency officers, the recoveries officers to get in contact with them. And then that is where, in sort of those instances, that is where things might take a escalatory turn, because you have interest accruing on those loans and you cannot get in touch with anyone. So communication is critical. You go through a situation, try to tell us off the bat what is going on so we can assess the situation and help you.
Just be honest.
Yeah.
All right.
That's the most critical.
Let's take a voice note there. Let's see what this person says. Yes.
Morning, Matt.
Morning.
My statement is not to you, but to the credit union.
Okay.
Because I become very disappointed with the credit union and the effort towards helping people. And even while they're talking and asking people to come and support persons that need loans and to give them the security that they need. Matt, I have an experience going on for more than 10 years with the credit union that I borrowed an individual a certificate of title to assist them to get a loan to move forward. Matt, the information was at the end of the exercise or between the exercise, when the value of the property gets above the figure that was credited, borrowed, then the property would take its own security and then hand over my security to me. Matt, it is more than 10 years I am asking for my document because the property has its value. The property that was purchased is independent enough to stand on its own 2 feet, and the credit union refused to deliver to me my certificate of title. And I think it is very discouraging, and I would like to tell people that want to help people with willing hearts, be careful that you get yourself under that situation. Because if it had worked for me, I would be able to help maybe 4 or 5 other people with that same document. It is very, very sick. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Can you speak to that, Mr. Maybe yourself from the NDFD? He's basically saying that he secured a property for somebody, I suspect for a building or something, but the building now has the backing to support itself. So why don't they I'm not talking about you specifically.
Yeah.
Why would the credit union not give him back his property?
Well,
Or it's
well, the very interesting thing is I'm not sure if it's my credit union in
no,
particular.
not yours. No,
Yeah,
I'm just talking credit
but
generally. General knowledge.
for general knowledge, I
Yeah.
think what the member is trying to speak on is what we call a security swap. So what a security swap is, basically what he's saying is he utilized, or he, was a co-signer for a loan.
Yeah.
He provided his COT in order for another individual to build a property, and I'm assuming right now that property is completed.
Right.
So he wants his title released to him, and then a caveat or a notation to be imposed on the property where the building is on. I quite understand that, but the very critical thing is to have a discussion with your institution in particular, because there may be other underlying details that need to be assessed. And he was speaking of a 10-year time span.
Mhm.
That seems to be something that has underlying details that I may not be privy to. But it's a security swap. It's something that usually happens if a original certificate of title was used to secure a loan. The person, can now stand on their own. The property value has now appreciated. The person now wants to use that existing title for that property.
Mhm.
There's not much of an issue in that, but because of the time lapse, I seem to get the feeling that there are some underlying details there.
Very great answer there. Any other comments, Mr. and from the NDFD?
No, he pretty much captured everything.
Mhm.
But like again,
But bright answer.
yes,
Mhm. Great answer.
we can only speak on what we know, and there may be other factors, because if it's something that's spanning over 10 years, something that is important in the equation is not communicated, or maybe it's not communicated effectively to him.
Mhm.
So I think it's a matter of just communication and understanding.
Thank you very much. Heather, we're going to have your final comments as we go. It's 1 minute to the hour of 11 o'clock. We have to wrap it up. Thank
Yes,
you.
well, I'll just take the
Discussion.
opportunity to
Yes,
thank
uh-huh.
everybody, the panelists, Q95, especially Matt, who always makes it a pleasure, and
Thank you.
remind our listening public to stay financially educated.
Thank you. Let's take our final call. Somebody's been ringing my phone there. Hello, are you there, caller?
Yeah, good
Yes.
day, Mark. Just
Mhm.
quickly.
Very
My
quickly.
own little experience with NDFD. Not some time ago, years gone by, I went to NDFD as a single mother, as a farmer, wanted to do a business for myself. So quickly, at the time when I got through with what I had to do, I was assigned to a certain officer. I got through. Are you there? Are you hearing me now?
Still here. Go ahead. Yes, I'm here. Yes, go ahead.
Yes. So I did get what I wanted at first. But then, to make it short, I got a second-hand vehicle. That's what I could manage at the time. And then, dealing with the second-hand vehicle as a farmer, as a female on the farm, I had some experiences, because you know the story that says, buying a second-hand vehicle, you buy another man's problem. I started experiencing some problem with the vehicle. Sometimes I end up leaving my garden late at night because I have to call people to come and help me. So long story short, I went back to NDFD. And I was just going about, I think I was paying very well. Good customer, I was one of the good clients. So I asked the another officer I was assigned to. So this time I told him, well, I want a new vehicle. I don't want a second-hand vehicle. So I need that service from NDFD. And he told me all stuff.
I suspect.
Get a new vehicle.
Mhm. Go ahead. I thought you had lost you for a minute.
Okay, then I'll have to call you back. Okay? I'll have to call you back.
Oh, sorry, but we've got to go. You don't have too much time. You there?
Okay. All right.
But make your point. She's gone. I'm sorry. I was going to give it. Anyway, as we said, Heather, we'll see you sometime soon. I imagine in the near future when we have different business partners.
Okay, thanks.
Well, again, thank you very much, gentlemen. You're a bright panel here this morning. Let's come back sometime and talk again, Mo. All right. Thank you. We've got to go. Thank you.
Your favor. Get financially secure by making things happen. You can be financially secure and avoid going into financial ruin by planning mindfully. Set aside funds each month for your retirement by starting a retirement fund. Also, set aside funds to cover unexpected costs related to house repairs, health emergencies not covered by your insurance plan, and other necessities you would have to pay out of pocket. If you fail to plan to fail.
Along the wicked all-inclusive Creole Cruise Party, it's set to set sail at sunset to secret exclusive destinations under the canopy of a lovely, lively, vibrant, colorful celebration with non-stop entertainment by for Serenade Combo, King Dice, Reigning Calypso Monarch, Joy, Dread, and the Bear. Music by DJ Shield. 6 p.m. and the journey departs the Bayfront in Roseau. It's smooth sailings along the scenic coast of independent Dominica. Come enjoy a deserving night of highly anticipated good fun, friends, and frolic. Thursday, October 23rd, all-inclusive Creole Cruise Party. Secure your tickets now for this extraordinary cruise journey along the coast of Dominica. Only $280 or $80. All-inclusive Creole Cruise Party. Get your tickets at Island Event Tickets/Tickets Creole Cruise Party. A Bullseye Pharmacy. A call 235-6888. Thursday, October 23rd. Big prizes and surprises. Everyone from the diaspora will be there.
All right, we'll be back at the 1 o'clock hour. On the 1 o'clock hour during the talk in the block, I'll be hitting for 5 minutes and then we'll pass on the baton to Mr. Sean Douglas. We haven't heard his voice in a while, huh? He'll be in for the 2 hours from 1 o'clock to 3. Tune in for that and more. This is Q95. And don't forget, Global View on Q.
Tonight it's our 38th Global View on Q show for 2025, and we continue to engage with our local, regional, and global Q family listeners and friends of Dominica at home and abroad. My co-host, as usual, is Justice Dr. Irving Andre, and our guests tonight are former Ambassador Christine Gregoire and attorney Gabriel Christian. Tonight, we discuss the recent African Union Caribbean Community Summit, and we will focus on Dominica's long-standing call for a closer partnership with the African continent, from Edward Oliver Leblanc to Ruby Douglas to Gabriel Christian to Irving Andre to Ron Green.